Hello! Hi Glenn, hi Karma, hi Xandra, hi Moose. I'm getting splits entered in based on the only other speedrun of this category so far, but it has been done, so I get to do this. I'm so scared that my mouse is going to break halfway through this run, because it is like... It keeps doing a little bit of weird behavior, and I just keep being like, it's fine. Okay, let's see. Wait. How do I do this? Let me test this. Well, got mouses in chat. Okay. Okay, yeah, so that is correct. Okay, so let me enter all of these in. Let me steal from the only other person running this category. Well, the only person running the game right now, but more people should run this because it's a really cool game. Oops, 19, 13. And this one is 35, 39 for West Wing, right? No. Green. Are they not splitting on hotel? Oh, they're doing train and hotel together. Oh, okay. I can do that, yeah. Segment. Train/hotel. What is that emote? Oh, it's Xandra Hoppy. Oh. Squish. Good day for mices in chat. For Mises. Okay. So, Forest is 539. There's a few categories where I know that I can make up some time on the other run, but there's also a lot where I think I can't. I'm also trying to be a little more economical. I think I might be a little bit better at combat than the other person doing this, although they are way, way better at me than me at routing. No, hold on. Cool. 6. Is for casino? City Casino Part 1 is 113.26. Cave Part 1 is 124.11. Then Dollhouse Part 1 is 9. No, not 918, 130. 130. 17. Cave 2 is 136.52. Casino 2 is 16.31. No, it's 145. 142.07. Shrine is the easy one. That's 145. 46. Then Prison is 20908. Prison is so fucking long. Prisoner is 21805. Lighthouse is 22437. No, that's not correct. 22437. And then library is 1145. Noise. 23225. And then final time was, let's see, 2:45:59. Okay, so that is the current world record for this setup. Let me get that showing on screen. I somehow fucked up my stream layout in a stupid way that I'm gonna have to fix, so I'll have to do that later. But oh no, is it doing the thing again? Oh god, what did I just do? What just happened? Hold on. Okay. That goes there. My mouse just had a freak out. I'm very scared of this happening during stream. Okay. I think we're about ready to go though. Let me pull up the game. I have my spreadsheet for training reasons. And I have the game now. I'm gonna have to go later today and get a new mouse. Getting a new mouse, what a concept. I know so many mices. I already know so many mices. Yeah, it seems like it keeps accidentally holding down my middle click randomly. I don't think that's an issue for the game, but I'm a little bit worried about it. We will find out. There's a chance that this stream might end very quickly. I think I do have a wired mouse that I could go grab. Box full of mice that work pretty okay. You're a mouse that works pretty okay. Hey! I'll always say nice things about Mises. Right, and then let me just... move it a little bit. Oh. How's that look? Yeah, that's good enough. Cool. Okay. Congratulations, Moose. That is a very good joke. I appreciate it. Alright. Let's get into this. Sorry, Flandary. I'm gonna... think I'm all set up to go. Got my spreadsheet up. I've got... let me pop out chat so I can just see chat. If there's a way to do that, actually. Is there? I can use a different app. Hang on. Cool. So many fucking apps open. There we go. Whoa. Hey, can someone say something real quick just to check the chat app that I just opened? Hello. Thank you. Okay, so I've got this. I've got this. I've got that. And I have my notes for if I need them. Okay. I have way too many things open on my second monitor is basically the situation. Well. Minnesota's where the veil is thin. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. Ooh, just realized something that could be a little difficult, but it should be fine. Cool. Okay. Let me edit this to be a little bit more doable. There's that. Where's the last golden item in this thing? Oh, god damn it. Hang on. Thank you, Gwyn. What was I thinking of? There's 4 golden area. There's 4 golden items in the forest. Where are they? One is birdhouse. Right. Okay. Then the area up there, I need the code for that. Okay, I need to go to Google Docs for that, actually, because I have it there for some reason. I'm realizing that I need to compile all my notes real quick so that I don't run into any puzzles and go, wait, what do I do here? Because I'm very scared of that happening. This game has a lot of puzzles. Okay. The puzzles here are... What is it? The code is... 2R, 1L, 3L. Yeah, I think that's the only code that matters there. Cool. For safe, got that. Okay, then... Casino, I know how to do everything in the casino. That I have memorized. I can forget things and be a little bit out of order, but that's fine. That's a very, very short delay. Cave has no puzzles that matter. Everything in the cave is very doable. Dollhouse has... Dollhouse. Painkillers in Burt Room. You'll see what the Burt Room is. Dollhouse... What is the... Oh, fuck, it did it again. Oh, God. Oh, God. It did it again. Please don't break on me. Please don't break on me. Ah. I know this code is... went to exactly the right spot. Show me the code. It is... left, down, right. Left, down, right. Thank you! This is my... avatar that I'm using for this, because it's Sphinx. And then up, down. Okay. Up, down. Cool. Alright, that's the code there. What's next? Next, are there any other puzzles? Path for the Sphinx. The path for the Sphinx does matter. Prison. Are there any puzzles in prison that matter? I know how to do the clock. I know how to do all that. I know where the... I know where everything in the bottom area and the middle area is, and I remember how to do the killing the guys by dropping them. Get crowbar. I think I just need to note. Sure, you have researched crowbar. Okay. Orb. Reset until good items. Cool. Okay. Beach. Beach code. I have that written down. Oh, fuck, do I not? Where's my codes for the... God damn it. Where's my codes for the fucking end of the game? Oh. Phooey. Okay, I guess I need a picture of this. Let's look at some pictures in order. Okay, my mouse stopped working there for a second. The signs are getting worse. I thought I had this written down somewhere. I'm kind of disappointed that I did. Yeah. Temporary. Okay. Then... get the painting, that's the map, sure. Okay. Order of paintings. Painting order. Lighthouse, moon, mountain, dark, snow hill, house, sea hill. I can understand that. Then key to success is 3 on top, 3 on middle, 2 on bottom. Book, 3 on top, 2 on... wait, 3 on middle. 3 on middle, 2 on bottom. I will get a hot girl to explain rugby to me, as I said. Okay. Then for the last one, last puzzle of the game that I need to have written down is blue, yellow, purple, green, red. Is that correct? Blue, yellow, purple, green, red. Yeah. Books. Blue, yellow, purple, green, red. Cool. Alright, that's every puzzle in the game, so now I have them all written down so I can get them done very quickly and not worry too much. And then I have all of the things I need to research written down. I have everything written down. So that I can do this safely and efficiently, hopefully. I've taken my meds. Yeah. I think I'm ready to go. All right. Stream setup. How's the audio of the game? Bit quiet, but... It is the intro. Ow, that sneeze hurt my head. I'm glad that you'll think I'm a cool speedrunner. Profile 3. So now... let me delete this profile. And I'm going to be doing this speedrun to submit to a marathon, so I'm going to be recording myself, like, as if I am submitting it. How is my audio? How does the game sound, and how do I sound? Let me know how that sounded. Whew. Oh, yeah, you probably psychically damaged my mouse. That sneeze brought back my headache. Oof. Alright, well, in that case, let me get started. Hello! Welcome to the speedrun for Deep Sleep Labyrinth of the Forsaken. Yeah. That's on purpose. Okay. Hello, welcome to the speedrun for Deep Sleep Labyrinth of the Forsaken. This is the tactical mode speedrun. I've done speedruns of the story mode before. It is a relatively solved speedrun, so to speak. Not completely solved, there's a lot of randomness in it, but the way that it works is very... There's not a ton of combat in it, there's not a ton of RPG mechanics in it. It's mostly an adventure game, to be frank. There's still some really interesting stuff, and I really like that speedrun, and I am really proud of it. I'm competitive in both categories. I love them both. But this speedrun just got finished this week. It just finally got routed in a way that works. It was very inconsistent before because it's very difficult to get right. There's a lot of combat and not a lot of XP that we get, so it's very hard to do some of the combat, especially with the way combat works. So it's very new, and I'm very excited to do it. Let's get right into it. So we will be playing on tactical mode, which is the game's normal difficulty, so to speak. Story mode is the easy difficulty, and it's what the other one is. And I will get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So the first section is really standard. The first section is basically the same in all speedruns because it's all tutorials for the first about 10 minutes. The only thing that matters here is going through things as quickly as possible. This is a survival horror, point-and-click adventure, RPG. It's a lot of things. We have an inventory, we have items, they have this cool 3D effect. I need to grab my train ticket and give it to the conductor, which I will do. And then I need to head out into the train. But this is the... Oh god, my brain is such a mess. I think I might start this over. My brain is a mess. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna start over. Hang on. Ugh, I wasn't ready. Wah. It would be nice to me. I wasn't ready because I'm tired and I have a headache. Wah. My mouse is broken. Anyways, okay. Hang on, let me reset that. Let's try that again. Settings. Wow. You believe me? Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad people believe in me. Alright, let's try this again. Hello and welcome to the... Hit start on the speedrun thing. No, I don't want to update any of my times. God damn it. Hi, Artemis. Alright. Oh, I would love a hug. Anyways. Hello and welcome to the Deep Sleep Labyrinth of the Forsaken tactical mode speedrun. This is a game that I'm very excited about. It's a survival horror RPG, point-and-click adventure, turn-based. It's a lot of pixel art. It's a lot of things. It's a very complex game that's very, very cool. It's an indie game that came out in 2025. Me and my partner found it because we were fans of the previous games the developer did, which this is sort of a sequel to, although those games are point-and-click adventures, so this one's very different, and fell in love with it. I've been rooting the different categories. Most of the rooting was done by Kella from the Discord, who I'm so thankful for, who also made a really complicated spreadsheet and a bunch of other amazing stuff. It's really incredible. And because of that, we have finally figured out a way to root the normal mode of the game. Before this, we could only root on easy mode, which, while fun, is very easy. It essentially removes all of the challenge from any combat in the entire game. Now we finally have a way to play the normal mode, which is the mode where we actually have to think about combat, instead of just being able to ignore it completely. So that's what I'm going to be playing today. The tactical mode, as it's called, speedrun. I have tactical mode on, just to double check that. And I think with that, I'm ready to go. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. This is Deep Sleep Labyrinth of the Forsaken. It is a sequel to a number of old point-and-click flash game adventure games. You might have heard of them, or you might have heard of the devs' other games, the Don't Escape games, which were also quite popular. This is very different from those. Those were very standard point-and-click adventures. This is a full inventory. You have an inventory, you have combat, you have walking around as a little character, you have all this stuff. The biggest thing it shares with the original games is just a setting and the setting and story and the pixel art, which is absolutely incredible. This game has some of the best pixel art I've still to this date ever seen in a game. So, I'm gonna walk around. Now, I already have the first weird thing I can do in the game, although it's hard to do on the train. This is our brother Thomas. The main goal of the game is going to be to find him, because he's going to disappear very shortly. It's a game about dreams. There's a lot of dreaming. We're in a dream right now. You'll see. However, there's one main trick I can already start doing at the beginning of the game, which is animation canceling. Animation canceling is really, really weird. Essentially, the way that it works is when you go through a door, there's two control schemes. I can either use the keyboard, which just lets me run around freely like this, or I can click on things with my mouse to move there. Either one works fine. However, if I slam on the keys immediately after going through a door, I won't have to deal with the animation that you get after you go through the door. I'll just immediately start walking. Go grab that screwdriver real quick. Yep. And then head over to this clock, where I'm going to get some batteries out of it. So if I'm skipping, normally after going through those doors, there would be a short animation that plays of me, like, walking into the room. I am skipping that entirely through switching the method of control very quickly. There, you saw the animation. That is what I'm trying to avoid doing. Alright, we need to go into this room. Unfortunately, it is too dark. So we'll go talk to our brother. Our brother will say, here, you have a flashlight. And what do you know? We have the perfect thing for that flashlight. Batteries. And now we have a flashlight. Flashlight's basically going to be on for the rest of the game. It's just a way to see things. Occasionally there are moments when it's worth it to hide the flashlight to avoid enemies or things, but it's not enough of a deal in this game since it's so well-rooted. Alright, we've got the key, we got the coin. We're going to immediately use the coin on the vending machine to get a newspaper. And the game wants me to look at the newspaper, but I'm not going to. I'm going to immediately head back in. Oh, Thomas is gone. Who could have seen this coming? Alright, next, use the screwdriver on this port near the thing. And this is going to unlock the first puzzle. Fortunately, this one is an easy answer. It's plus 20, plus 20, minus 10. And then we put the newspaper up to the board, and it says, help me, sis. Except we're skipping over that, so we don't get to see it. Out the door. And here is the grave. Oh no, our brother's dead, actually. No way to skip this animation. It is nice that this game lets you skip all of the dialogue, so we can go through that very quickly. Alright, the next part's going to be a while of tutorial, so I'll just talk about the game for a bit. I really loved what this game does. It's interesting how it does combat. Combat is entirely resource-based, so we're going to have to be really, really careful with the resources as we go through the run. Managing those resources, making sure we have enough while also not losing our health or anything is like the most important thing we can do. Alright, now. Let's see. Did not get the animation skip there. We gotta go get some coffee. Quickly grab a cup of coffee. I love the way her apartment looks. I love the main character's pixel art in general. She's so pretty. I want to cosplay her at some point. One of my goals is to actually do that. And then we're going to head back outside, and we're forced to walk very slow. This is our essentially home base for the rest of the run. We are going to come back here in between each level, since each level is a dream that we're going to wear our funny headset for. You'd cosplay the Sphinx. You could cosplay the Sphinx, potentially. Alright. Whee! Thank you to Script Welder for making this game. It's really, really cool. I love it. I love this pixel art. It's so pretty. Look at the town down there. Wherever you are, brother, I will find you. Some of the only dialogue in the game that we can't skip. Not sure where or how, but I will. That one pretty little bird. Alright, coffee's done. Time to get to the game. Our answering machine has a message there. We're not going to worry about it. We're just immediately going right back into the dream. So this will be the second level of the game, the hotel. This is still in the tutorial area. The first 2 levels are both just teaching you how to play the game. I'm gonna double check something real quick while I wait for it to start. Cool. Grab a key from this vase. Go to here and grab a... Oh, put the key in the dresser. Grab a box, and then immediately going to interact with the box. One of the main ways we're going to do puzzles is by, like, interacting with objects. So this is circle, it is tear, it is half oval, it is triangle, and square. That's written on the side of the box, but since I just know, it's the same every time, so I don't need to have it written down. And we've realized it's a dream, so now we can start actually playing through the dream. Very first thing we have to do is go to grab a bone. Bones are the worst part of this entire run, for reasons that I'll talk about much later. They are the most basic item you can have, and they are the bane of the entire speedrun's existence. We could route this so much better if not for the bone. But the bone is necessary because you need it for the puzzles. Alright, look at this, and then immediately head through the door that opens. We've got a phone call. And there's a lot of areas where the game will give you multiple ways to solve puzzles. For example, there's a puzzle coming up that we could have solved by picking up that bucket of water. However, picking up that way of doing it would be slow, because we'd have to actually interact with it. So we're going to use the worst way to solve most of the puzzles, often by damaging ourselves. Someone called us on the phone. We need to open the gate. Fortunately, we have an item for that. This is the point-and-click adventure part of the game. You have items in your inventory, you pick them up, and you use them on things. For example, to open the door, use this bone as a sort of pry bar. This takes us right into the steam room. This room is interesting because I cannot take more than 2 damage here. I'm guaranteed to take 1 damage later on. There's something I cannot avoid that will deal 1 damage to me. So if I am at... actually, no, I'm guaranteed to take 2 damage later on. There is a thing that will guarantee... Dang it. Like I said, there's a thing that will guarantee deal 1 damage to me, and there's a puzzle that I'm going to need to take 1 damage for. So, because I did not manage to successfully do that with no damage, I had to grab the heal there. Not a huge issue, pretty easy heal, but still a little bit of a time loss. Next up, we have a smoldering husk. It's the first combat encounter. So combat works like this. You have items in your inventory and you use them. Your turn is always just using 1 item in your inventory. Eventually we'll unlock a punch, but for now, the only thing we can do is use items. The bone is the most simple item. It has 4 charges. All items have 4 charges, although occasionally when we find them, they'll only have like 1 or 2 left. Weird box. But the bone starts with 4 charges usually, and we have each use deals 1 damage, and that's it. No special effects. Unfortunately, it's also really, really annoying for reasons I'll show later on. Right. Answer the phone, and that's going to teach us how to do the other big thing in the game. This is focus. So focus, if we click up here, I can now use my imagination to conjure up items that I've found in a level. And this is the main way that combat is going to work. In a normal run, you can run around the levels and you can find a bunch of items in boxes, and you can use that to find all the items you need to deal enough damage to kill dudes. However, we're trying to go very fast, so we don't really have time to go through and open every box, because that would be very slow. Instead, we're going to try and focus as much as possible. So the more blue squares we have, the more stuff we can unlock by imagining it, by spending those blue squares, just like we did for the bone. And eventually we'll get more items and lots of other things. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5. Got that puzzle. It's always the same. And oh no, it's a big spooky monster! This is a forced loss, so I'm just gonna run into him as fast as possible. Ah! Fun fact, we have tested this room. Someone modified the code of the game just to check something, and you cannot actually get to the elevator. If you get close, it spawns a second guy. That is the end of Train Hotel. If you get close, it spawns a second guy, and if you actually make it there by despawning both of them, nothing happens. Pretty good Train Hotel. A little bit slow, but not bad. Right. Now. This is our apartment, so we're about to hit the second big mechanic of the game. First, though, gotta go to the door. Dang, didn't get it canceled. Let's go see who's at the door. It's our neighbor. Weird looking guy. Let's get out of here. Remember his face, it might be important later. Or at least interesting later. Alright. There, I gotta see, she ran right through without it being an issue. Alright, let's look at our computer. So this is our XP system. The XP system, now, of course, we have a lot of things we can spend money, XP on that are just our normal upgrades. For example, this gives us more levels of focus. This gives us more inventory slots, both very important. However, there's also the other stuff we can spend XP on, which is items. When you found an item in a level, after the level, you can then research it here so that you'll be able to focus it no matter what. Secondly, in our apartment, there's a number of things that we can do. You can go out on a bike ride to get extra focus, or go out and get groceries or other stuff. However, the most important, the only ones we do during this run are the TV and the books, because the books just give us more XP. So we're gonna grab quickly, move faster, and get more XP from the computer, and then head right back into the level. The books give you more XP, just single amounts. It's 500 the first time, 250 the second time, and so on. And the TV, meanwhile, gives you a random item that you've researched. So that's very useful later on. This is why the bone is the worst item in the game, because you're forced to research the bone at the beginning of the game, and there's nothing you can do about it. So even if you only research the best item in the entire game, there's always a 50-50 chance you'll just get a bone. Alright, so this is the first real level of the game. This is Hotel West Wing. We are going to explore this as best we can. Okay, there's a monster. Here is the elevator room. The layouts of this game are completely random in these areas. There's specific things that are required. For example, this room can only have doors at the bottom areas. This room can only have a door at the top and such. However, lots of stuff is not so specific. Nail plank is not the item we are looking for, but it is a useful item. Actually, I also need to very quickly in this room, I need to read this note. I need a certain amount of XP to actually get all of the stuff I need for this game, so I'm going to be clicking on a bunch of notes just to make sure I actually get to read them. Shit. Get out of here. Alright. We'll run around up here to avoid that guy. Bone skip. If there was a way to adjust the game so that you did not have to get the bone, it would completely change the game. It would make the entire run much more manageable. That's the map, which I'll grab. Technically not necessary. This is a puzzle that we can't do yet because we need a list of things to actually do it. Here, I need to check this box. Can of meat is not what I'm looking for. Can of meat is one of the guaranteed items in this game. There's a few spots that have guaranteed items, and the rest of the spots are random. This is not useful. This room is a dead end that just has a bone in it. This room is a door that we have to find a key for. Our current goal is to find that key because it is necessary for us to continue. Here's the fireplace. There's something in the fireplace. We're just going to shove our hand in there. You can solve this with a puzzle by getting some water, but that's slow. Screwdriver. Cool. Screwdriver is going to be immediately used to get this shield off the wall. In the normal speedrun, we don't do that. In the easy mode speedrun, we don't do this because it's not that important. You don't need the shield for any reason. But in this version, we have to do it because the shield is very important later on. There's a couple of areas that it makes much easier. All right, now we've got the golden key, so I can very quickly use that on here. head into this room, and this should have one of our notes in it. Yep, there's the list of bags. The goals of this level are a list of bags, a list of bags, and a colored key. Because the list of bags... No, I forgot that it's to the right, not this way. The list of bags always leads to one of the colored keys. Hello, man. Bye, man. Okay. Get this done real quick. Let's solve this puzzle. Sportsman is on the 2nd floor. Convenient bag is on the 5th floor. Okay, I can do both of those. Sportsman, 2nd. Convenient bag, that's going to be the bag with the rollers, is 5th floor. Then we have person traveling without any luggage. Globetrotter right before traveling without any luggage. Without any luggage, upper half. So this has to be 3. Wait, no, heaviest bag is an odd numbered floor. Heaviest bag needs to be 1, and Globetrotter needs to be 3. Okay, solved it. This is actually a major time loss, because this can have a number of random bags in it. And if you get the heaviest bag, you then have to sit for like 10 seconds and just wait for her to slowly move the bag. So, believe that's correct. Yep, got it. And he's gonna go and look at that. You may have noticed his face looks a little similar. Interesting. Open this up and get our half a key from it. Yeah. Given what we've found so far, the other half of a key should be over here. Didn't check what's in there, but I don't think I need to, because I found everything else that I need to. The other half of the key should be in the water monster room. This is called the water monster room because there is a water monster. There's a puzzle I can solve here for a little bit of extra XP, and I am going to do so because I need all the XP I can get. It wastes a little bit of time, but managing XP is extremely important. For this puzzle, we're going to drop the meat into the hole. There you go. And now we will continue. And that's the other half of the key. Normally, we don't need to do this, because all we have to do to complete this puzzle is just... You don't actually have to solve the puzzle. You could just go through and completely ignore the guy. He doesn't deal enough damage to kill us, even with us having taken 1 damage. And there are no necessary fights on this floor, so we can just ignore him. Down the elevator. I will combine my 2 key halves together. And then we're good to go. It's a very good thing I found the nailed plank, though, because that's one of the more useful items. It's not the best item. The best items I'm looking for are a cleaver and a wrench. If I can find those 2, then I'm in really good business, but the nailed plank is also very important. Look at the door. This is the door we need to go in. And then open it. Cool. And also, quickly grab this. There's the wrench. That's actually really fantastic. Finding nailed plank and wrench early on means I can save a lot of time later. You're always guaranteed a destructive, like, hitting item in this room, because you have to destroy that wall. That can be the plank, but it can be a lot of other items. It can be a pipe wrench. It can be a number of things. Okay. Into the Sphinx area. And here's a puzzle. Fortunately, this puzzle's always the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's head down to the next area. What's in this box? Well, what do you know? It's a lady! This is my wife. I love her so much. She's like my favorite character in the game. The Sphinx. She's so cute. Tutu. We're gonna talk to her real quick, and we're gonna skip through all of her dialogue, because it's very slow. There are some sections of the game where I think it might be faster just click through dialogue, since the text can go so fast. But I have not actually found those sections yet. Though that mapping those out would be a lot of work. Alright, finish the dialogue there, and with that, we have finished Hotel West Wing. Which I apparently entered in the wrong time for, because definitely this Hotel West Wing plus Forest is 35 minutes. Oh. Alright, now let's go over all of the things I need to buy now. There's a very, very specific planned out list of things that I'm going to buy with the echoes that I get from each level. The rewards are off for the speedrun, yes, because I am doing this to show it off. Alright, so first things I'm going to get. I need to get Dream Runner 2. I need to get Quick Learner 2. That is the upgrade to how much XP I get. Then I'm going to grab Integrity 1, that's more HP, Integrity 2, and then Focus 2, that's more focus, and I did not get enough for Focus 3. Oh, I'm off by a little bit. That should be fine. Oh, wait, right. Because I go actually read the books. Forgot. I grab the Quick Learner before I go read the books. Then I go back and I'll grab Focus 3 real quick. Okay. Grab Focus 3. And then head in. Cool. I could research the plank here or such, but I don't really feel the need to. Next level, everything we need in it we're going to find in the level. We're going to the Forest of the Lost. And this is where the biggest difference begins. There is a puzzle in Forest of the Lost that we can do a lot easier if we do a different level first. However, this level gives a ton of XP and also gets a ton of stuff. A one-piece wrench was not even worth checking that for. I like to open some of the boxes just to see what I can find, because you can find some very good stuff in them if you're lucky. However, that was a one-use wrench was very not worth it. So, we are looking for a tree with a backpack by it. I'm also looking for this log. Is this log... Oh, wait. I guess that log does not have a guaranteed pickaxe in it. Oh, nailed plank is good enough. Let's see. This is our map. So, grab that. I'm also going to be checking all of the healing spots I find, because they can have a med kit in them. And if I can find a med kit, that makes a lot of the run a lot easier. But I need to actually find one. Here's the well. We're going to need that for later. And up here is the... Alright. That's the spot with the dig spot that we're going to need later. So that spot right there, we need a shovel to dig in. And there's a puzzle here where I have to find a backpack that has a key in it so I can head all the way back to the beginning to get the shovel. However, there's another level that also has a shovel in it. So if we just do that level first, then we don't even have to do this. This level, however, because we can just imagine a shovel without much issue. This level, however, rewards us with a shovel. Rewards us with a shovel, but also rewards us with a axe at the end of it. And the axe is one of the best weapons in the game. Let's sit in this evil chair. I'll give us a little more focus. I don't know if we need it, but I'm just going to be safe for the purposes of making sure the run doesn't end early. Okay. This is the combat encounter we have to do, but I need to go grab the shovel first. This is like the worst possible layout I could have gotten for Forest, because I need the key quickly, and the key is in the last possible place. There it is. Alright. Found the key. Now we head back to the building, all the way back through it, use the key to get the shovel. But yeah, as I was saying, if we do a different level first, then we can avoid this puzzle entirely. However, we need the axe to complete some of the upcoming combat encounters. It makes it way, way easier. This is another thing one thing I really like about this game is this next area you're going to see. This is the same thing that we saw in the last area, the same like room layout. Because it's all based on dreams, it reuses levels a bit, but it does them in a ways that make things feel odd and repeating and a little bit off. That was a pickaxe. axe. Where's my shovel? There it is. Oh. Wrong button. Cool. So the thing about the shovel is that the shovel always comes in 4 uses there. And we only need 1. This is really great because we also need to fight a bunch of guys. And now that we have the shovel, we can do that really easily. So actually, given how close those guys are and the general layout of the level, I'm going to go fight them first. I just need to remember not to use my last bit of shovel. Wait, where are they again? They're down here. Yeah. So, hello there. Let's fight. Shovel is what does 1 damage to everyone, but it also deals 1 damage to all of the different characters, and it slows the guy that I hit. So if I hit this guy over here now with the shovel, he's going to get slowed to hit me on turn 2. So he's extra slow, so I'm going to try and kill him, because the other guys are going to guaranteed get at least 1 hit on, but this guy is not going to get a hit if I can go fast enough. I'm going to pickaxe him, so he's going to take 2 damage and 1 bleed. Bleed is 1 damage over time. Pickaxe is a very good weapon as well. They're both at 2 damage, so I'm going to use 1 more shovel on them. This way I should only take 1 more damage. Let's then hit with the nail plank here. Still a little bit more damage than I'd like to take, but pretty reasonable and went rather fast. And we got him. That's one of 2 combats we're going to do here. The only 2 that are necessary. The one at the end, though, similarly to how we got the shovel, but we only need 1 use out of it. There's one at the end where we're going to get the axe, but we're only going to need 1 use out of it. Wrong one. I should go. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just wanted his chain and then to leave. This is the worst spot in the game, because you're stuck moving really slowly in the mud for no reason. Alright, so now that we've done that, we will head back up to the dig spot. And this is where we're going to find, at the dig spot, we should find the bucket, and then we can use the bucket on the well. It's not the worst layout. The bucket. Who could have seen this coming? Bucket, and then unfortunately that doesn't reach deep enough, so we also have to attach a chain. And now I can actually solve the puzzle. Oh. I like that this game gives you XP for both killing enemies and doing puzzles. It makes this sort of speedrun a lot more viable, because we can both get the XP, we can get XP from just doing all the puzzles and looking up lore and things like that, instead of just the combat encounters, which we're going to try and skip as many as we can. There we go. Rusty axe. And this is something that ruined me on the first time I played. I forgot to grab the chain back, so I get the chain back in my inventory, and we continue. Head right back to furthest over area with the river that I couldn't cross before, and I'm going to chop down this tree with my axe. And now I have a way across. That's the first half of the level done. Second half of the level is going to be more of the same, going around doing stuff. We already have the matches, which I picked up earlier, which I'm going to need for a puzzle, but that we will see. This room I do not want to enter if I can help it, so going through the mud there causes some enemies to spawn, and it's extremely slow. I'm just going to avoid that at all costs. I do need what's in here. A small chest. I don't care about that guy. The axe could make quick work of most of these guys, however, it just... Wait. I need to heal here. That was odd. Continue. So this puzzle we could solve by chopping down the tree. It's a much better answer. It actually gets you more XP. However, it costs 3 uses of the axe. And axe is at least 3 damage, I believe. It's so much damage and so useful that we do not want to use it on anything except what we have to. The chest is one item, the wings is another item. We need 2 more items to get out of here. Check. This should take us back down in here. Okay, that's spider room. Not where we want to go. I have one more room I need to find, which is the... Where could it be? Okay, it's got to be... I missed it up at the top. Turning on this. I'll get this out of the way, too. That room with the big mill was one of the other 2 puzzles. Alexandra von Chestwings. Great name. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did you know you can do a lights out puzzle by just clicking on those? I didn't, but apparently you can. Now we will quickly run back to that mill. And in here is where we use the chain. You may notice me checking my inventory a lot. Technically, it's faster to just hit I than to actually click on my inventory, but I'm so used to mouse controls that it's faster to just do whatever I remember to do. Got the golden headless line. We only need one more item. Over here. That thing there. Going this way because even though there's the bad guy here, I think I can dodge him, and I want to avoid the water area because it slows you down to walk through the water. Yep. Here we have some guys in spider webs. These guys, if you can just chop the spider webs down with any sort of weapon that has a blade. However, doing so will occasionally cause enemies to spawn. So by burning the spider webs instead, we make sure that the enemies can't spawn and get our final item. Cool. All right. Now let's do some inventory combining. Combine this with a head. Wow. We're making a sphinx. Just like my favorite character. And that comes together and we click this on top and it flaps its wings a little bit. What do you know? We get a key. And use the key on the lock. Boop. And we get a snake head, which is the final item we need to beat the level. I'm going to very quickly, just to double check that I have enough stuff, imagine a wrench and a rusty axe, and 1 bottle of medicine, which I will then consume. Don't know if that's necessary, but just in case. Shoot. This is actually very slow. We don't want to see Tutu here because she's going to try and talk to us, but there was no way to get to the next area because we have to go up here without going through her on the map. Unlucky map layout so far. Maybe I'll get lucky in City. City's the one that always has the worst map layout, so maybe I'll get lucky. Now for a simple puzzle. Bird eats snake. Bugs eat bird after bird decomposes. Snake eats frog. Frog eats bug. It's the circle of life. Wow. And here we are at the final area. Just in time for some spiders as well. So, there's different types of attacks the enemies can do. Usually the attacks that take longer deal more damage. One important thing, though, is any attack that has the big skull on it is automatically going to deal, like, the max possible damage. It's a devastating attack that does huge amounts of damage. Those, even on enemies that are normally dealing only 1 damage, can occasionally, like, completely wipe us. So we really need to make sure that doesn't happen. Fortunately, this encounter is nothing. And with that, we are done with the forest. Cool. Dream complete. Now, we're still in the realm of early stuff. I'm not super concerned about most of the stuff that I am researching yet, because most of the levels are pretty easy to do with the stuff that we get. This is where we're going to have... The next level, though, is where I'm going to have to start doing a little bit of grinding for XP. Except I'm not going to do it by killing enemies like you would in another game. Instead, I'm going to do it by solving puzzles. Sort of. So, go to the computer. First things first, upgrade to Quick Learner 3. Give me even more XP. then go read our books for the day. It is now down to only 100 echoes, plus the 30% that we get from Quick Learner XP is 30. After this, it goes down to 10. We're still going to use it occasionally, just because it's closer than the TV, and there are some levels where combat doesn't matter at all, but yeah. All right. Integrity 3. Focus 4. Desperate Punch. So now that we're at Integrity 3, we can unlock Desperate Punch, which is a move that lets you, when you are in combat, just punch without worrying about anything. Rusty Axe. And where's my wrench is the other thing I need. Cool. I've grabbed the Rusty Axe and the wrench, which will help us a lot on this next level. Next level we're going to go to is the attic. So the way that the levels work in this game is that once you've completed the first 2 levels, the hotel levels, you then have 3 different levels: the forest, the attic, and the city. Each of these then also opens up into 3 more levels after them. City unlocks the casino, the attic unlocks the dollhouse, and the forest unlocks the caves. And each of those ends in a boss fight. Those are very difficult boss fights. The entire run is rooted around like making sure those boss fights work. Hey, it's our buddy that we saved from the car. He wants us to do a job for him. A lot of his jobs are really annoying, but this one is actually fantastic, because all he wants us to do is take a picture of an enemy. And the photograph is one of the best items in the game, because not only does it stun someone for 2 turns, slowing down their attacks by 2, it does that to all enemies. And a lot of the difficult fights in this game have multiple enemies, so having a camera is one of the best things we can possibly research. We're still not really going to research it until we start fighting bosses, but the bosses are the main thing that become an issue. Wait, forgot something important. Real quickly, do you have any cool notes for me to read? Just a bottle of medicine, dang it. No notes in here. I'm checking all the medicine cabinets because I'm looking for a med kit. Finding a med kit is important for the run because it's the best heal that we can get for most of the game up until the very end. We're going to have a smaller heal that I'm going to use to heal in between fights, but for healing... Oh. Why did you go that way? Don't go the wrong way. For healing in between fights... for healing during fights, you need big heals, and the biggest heal you can get from most of the game is the medkit. Alright, up to the top of the attic. Like the forest, the attic is a pretty complex level. I'm going to grab the map if I can. Unlike the forest, I'm also going to be doing something else on the attic. The attic is full of barrels. I want to open up all of these barrels that I can, because each barrel that I open is 52 echoes. I don't even have to check them, and I'm going to stop checking them at this point. But all of the ones that I can open are a lot of XP. This room, however, has one of our progression items in it. And to grab it, we're going to go up along the ceiling so that we can try and get to it without encountering them. It's guarded by these 2 guys, but unfortunately, if we go all the way around the room like that, they don't get much of a chance to attack us. Cool. Alright. Next up is... Here's the final room we want. And there's another barrel. Cool. Next room. What's over here? Here is the safe room, which, while cool, we do not have the item for yet. Every area also has a safe room. The safe room always has a coffee that will refill your focus meter if you drink it. However, that takes a little bit, so it's pretty slow. And it will also have a spot to, like, talk to someone. So stuff that there's no enemies there ever. Thank you for the follow, Ninebo. Alright, here's another barrel, so I'm going to go open that. Not even going to look at it, though. It's not important to me. Keep going along this way, and we get... okay, so I did get the matches, so I can do this room. This is the spider room. Now, the interesting thing about the spider room is that it spawns in a spider, of course. However, it was discovered that if you go to the very top of the room and then circle around to the bottom to open these spider webs, the spider doesn't... Oh. That might have changed in the most recent patch. It's not really an issue. It just means I gotta be a little bit fast with this. But, like, he's not gonna deal enough damage to for me to be worried. Is that it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, go ahead. Sure. I can heal through this. Grab the item. Grease can, that's really good, actually. That is one of the main items that I need. Grease can has two uses in this level. One, it's used for the wind-up doll, but it's also used for the evil guy. Let's see what's down here. I'm trying to map out the level right now. Even though I don't have the map. Okay. This area seems to have nothing in it, so I'm not going to come back here. The reason the grease can's important is because also we use it to get the knife out of that guy's hand who's holding the knife. And the knife will let us do the other thing that we can do on this level to get more XP, which is opening all of the taped up boxes that are around. Cool. What's up here? Up here we have... Ah, here's our second progression item of the level. Can I open this? Dang it. I don't want to do this. So for this guy, you just hit him with something. If we had interacted with him, we would have pulled his string and he would have said something like, "Oh God, help me, I've been turned into a mannequin." But we don't care about that. Alright, next up, back to the safe room, where we take the tiger plushie, and we put it on the bed. Aw, how cute. And we leave. Is this going to be another puzzle? This should be the yeah, this is the room. Now we have another puzzle. I'm hitting all the puzzle rooms. This is actually a really good layout, so it's going to be 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. No, sorry, it's 2 there. Cool. Grab this. And then quickly run around the outside. If I go fast enough, I can get out the door before these guys can encounter me. Yay! Yeah, this game is mostly about just avoiding horror movie fights. And what do you know? We got a hook. Does that give me the hook and the chain? It does. That is an early hook and chain. You usually have to do a little more work for them. I'm doing most of this level without the map because I didn't pick up the map. Because I assume it was in the opposite direction, which is very annoying, but it's working. Alright, so next up I need to go back over here because there wasn't anything over here for me, right? Yeah, this way is dead ends, I believe. If this way isn't dead ends, then I'm making a mistake, but I'm pretty sure it is. Hook and chain on here gives us the evil mask. Evil mask is one of the final items we need. It also spawns the husk. I don't care. Go away. Game mostly about saying I don't care to big monsters. Alright. Do not want to fight these guys. Down here is the... anything of importance? Yeah, there's a taped up box, so I can go, oh, no, that box isn't taped up, so I don't even need to cut it. Let's go this way. I'm looking for the room with the... There's one. There's a taped up box. So by doing these, I get about 40 echoes to 40 echoes each from them. And that's about how many echoes you get from doing a combat encounter. So it's much more efficient to just open boxes and things and be like, oh wow, look, I'm opening boxes to get XP than it is to actually try and do all the combat encounters. I'm not actually going to look in them because aside from the med kit, I have all the main items that I need. Oh, hey, here's the map. I finally found the map. It only took me the entire exploration. Cool. Over here is... That's where Tutu shows up. She shows up in most of the levels. Unfortunately, I can't talk to her, even though I love her, because I'm busy. Busy going fast. Cool. Note. Oh, and a box. Wow, how fantastic. I actually do want to open this. Yay, first aid kit! That's so good. Alright. So I am going to check what's in here just because I need one more item. We should have just about everything, but I need to check. Where am I missing a spot? There I am. Okay. That should give me enough to beat the level. I'll imagine some axe charges as well, and that should do it. Because in here is the dancer. We oil her up. Then we use the wind-up key on her, and this will give me the final mask that I need. Wait. I have to actually use her before I go upstairs. Cool. Yay! And now we leave. In here, yeah, nothing really of note. There's the masked mannequin head. And, oh god, it's a big combat encounter. Okay. We'll look at this book for 20 XP, and then continue on my way. We have to do a combat encounter basically either way, but this one's a little bit easier to dodge. And I believe it was up here, correct? Yeah. Here's the final room. In this room, we'll check this box real quick. Cool, there's 6 extra echoes. That's nothing, but it's fun. Okay, use this to heal myself. Fly. Then, grab some axe charges, because that'll let me kill this guy real fast. Then, we need to unscrew the mask, but fortunately, I can do that with a knife. You don't actually need a screwdriver, you could just do it with a knife. The wrench is really good because you need either the wrench or the knife to complete the next level without going way out of your way to do a puzzle. And the wrench is a much more useful item to potentially randomly roll on the TV than the knife is. So I'm glad to be able to research the wrench and not the knife. Alright, let's look at this smiling mask. Huh, looks kind of strange. I wonder... Oh no, now it's an evil mask! I turned it into an evil mask. Well, this guy seems sad that his wife is dead. And this is a dead mask, so we'll put that on the dead wife. And this is an evil guy mask, so we'll put that on the evil guy. And... Oh no, it's an evil man! Alright. He should not be able to kill us. We have enough heals, and if we run out of items, we can just punch him to death. Getting the nail planks was a good idea. He doesn't deal enough damage to actually be an issue. His 0-time attack is going to deal 1 damage to us, while his 1-time attack is going to deal 2 damage, so it's not actually a huge deal which one he does. The devastating attack could be an issue, but I haven't even seen that, and it looks like I'm not going to. Cool. And there we go, that's the level. I picked up a lot of extra XP there. That should be enough, and I have an option if it wasn't to help keep things going. Cool. Dream complete. Alright, now I want to have 3806 here, roughly. Cross your fingers that I did it right. We are at 3935. I'm above the level I need. That's fantastic. Great. Okay. That's attic done. Next up is going to be very quick research on the computer. We are going to grab Precise Hit. This is one of the most important abilities because it's just more damage. We're going to grab Coffee Addict 1. Coffee Addict lets you get more XP, more focus back when you use coffee. I'm going to grab Big Pockets 2, and I'm going to grab Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye is something that just lets you... It's a very small upgrade that lets you analyze enemies to see what they're up to. It's not really worth anything. However, it does get you 1 extra point of focus by researching it. We're never going to use it. It's just, it only costs 150 echoes, and it's for 1 extra point of focus. So, it's pretty fast. And then also, I need to research the shovel for the next level, so I might as well do it here. Let's go. Next level is going to be not actually city. Next level, we're going to show the way that with the secret to this route that has made the game playable. So, we're going to immediately go into a boss level, an incredibly hard boss level that absolutely cannot beat yet. The dollhouse. I'm going to immediately go try and find my buddy Bort. Here he is. It's Bert. It's Bert. Shoot, wrong button. Anyways. I don't care about Bert. I care about this medicine that's on the table. I'm glad I showed him off, though, because who doesn't love Bert? Grab the painkillers. Now let me quickly look around. Yeah, now I want to go back to the beginning. I will open a couple of boxes real quick just to make sure I have some items. I don't need much. Cleaver's great! Oh, that's so good. Different items do different things in combat. Some items do damage to all enemies, some items do just one enemy's damage, etc. Having good items is very important. Pickaxe is fantastic. Okay, with that I'm not even sure. I'll research a couple of axe charges, but that should be all I need. Cool. Axe. Axe. And one more pickaxe should be enough. Hey, it's our buddy, Josh. Yeah, what do you need? What are you doing here? Need any help? Hey, you said you had your face really hurt. Here, have these painkillers. Oh, he can't get his glasses off. Let's help him get his glasses off. Oh my god, we ripped off his face! Ah! He was just an evil mannequin the whole time! Alright, time to get axed. Precise Hit has made all of our weapons deal 1 more damage, which is going to help with combat encounters like this a lot. That's the devastating attack that I don't want to let him fire, but a couple of pickaxe swings should stop him before he can do that. There we go. And in him, he has the puppet crossbar. No. Don't need the photograph. Photograph helps me solve the next puzzle. Fortunately, I can cheat at it. So in this room, we have to arrange the puppets to match the photograph. Fortunately, I don't need that. I know the answer. There are a few puzzles that don't let you do this that are randomly generated. However, thankfully, the ones that are randomly generated are more of the interesting ones, like the luggage puzzle, and puzzles like this are just pretty easy. And now we've unlocked the route to the boss. Oh boy. Here we go. Yes, let's go fight the boss. This is what makes fighting the boss worth it. Once we go into the boss, I can walk in, I can see the big scary boss, and I can immediately just give up on the boss and go to a different level. But I keep all of the XP that I've gotten from doing this level, and I won't have to do the puzzles again next time. So I'm essentially preempting the level by 1. I'm gonna give up. Ah, lost in Nightmare. But I get all of my echoes. Normally when you give up on a level, you lose the vast majority of your echoes, but here I can actually keep most of them. Alright. And with that, I'm gonna go watch TV today, so that I get a free item in the next one. Watching TV lets me point out something funny. You'll notice the table is covered in leftovers. I'll scroll over them real quick so you can read the text at the top. Finished Dollhouse 1. A disgusting pile of rotten leftovers I definitely should have thrown away before all the flies appeared. That continues to grow as you play through the game. The message gets worse and worse with each level. Alright, next we will grab Wide Swing, if I can afford it. Wide Swing. Cool. And now, into the level. So, I will be... hang on. I need to double check that I've researched Shovel. I did do that, right? Yes, I've done that. Okay. The 2 items I need for this level are Shovel and Wrench, and I've researched both of those, so I'm good to go. Let's see what random item I get. Will I get boned? We're looking for the city. The city is my favorite level because of how it's laid out. I really like it. What's in the box? Knife is probably one of the worst things I could find. I always waste like 2 seconds checking what's in there, because if it's something really good, it can save you a bit of time. But I don't usually get lucky. So. City is going to have 2 necessary combat encounters. It used to be 3, but the Kella actually figured out a way to skip the main combat encounter here. We have the wrench, which means we don't have to go through this door over here. Normally you have to go through that door to solve a puzzle over there, but we don't have to. First things first, let's go into the mannequin store. It's the spooky mannequin store. And over here we find a mannequin with an ID tag. The ID tag says... Oh no, all the mannequins move! The ID tag says 6075. That's the code for the door. Who makes their ID code their password? That's very unsafe. Just saying. Was it not 6075? 6057. Whoops. 5, 7. There we go. That opens this door and is going to let us go up. And up here, we will find another very important item for the run, the crowbar. And I put no on. Danger of a game that is mostly menuing, you can occasionally menu. Unfortunately, it doesn't want to use too much time. We had to fight these two. We had to avoid these 2 guys anyways. Oh. Now out the door. So, there's a number of puzzles here. Crowbar lets us get to the next area. The city has a weird map, though. I'm not going to take it, because I believe I can remember this area myself. Okay, so Area 1 has the apartment. Need to remember that. First spot has the apartment. The city is laid out in one long line. I can also dodge these guys, so I'm just going to not spawn them by going up here. First area has the apartment, and remember to never spawn in the guys if you can. Some guys spawn down by that hole. I don't ever want to fight them or deal with them. Is this the medical room? It is. Okay, so I'm going to check the notes in here, because I need some more XP. I'm also going to check... I don't have... Wait, no, I have the medkit. I don't need to check that. I'll grab it anyways, just in case, but I do not need it. That should get me through the rest of the level. Cool. That was I believe that was a Dr. Worm reference, so you can appreciate that. One of the notes I have to read is that. Alright, here we have this. That's how you get to the second half of the level, is by going through here. Now, in here is a shovel that you get. And this is normally where we would get the shovel, and then we would do the forest after this level, so we can skip all the shovel puzzle. But we already have the shovel, so I'm not even going to go up there by the grate and grab the shovel, because it would spawn in some enemies. It's Joshua again. Wow, he's fine. What do you know? Problem with your flashlight? Huh. Alright, he needs batteries. So that's our second thing. There's a door in the apartment complex that we need a key for. We need to get Joshua some batteries. This is not a good layout for the city so far. That hole in the ground we are going to need a key for. Here is the burger place. This place... Basically anything opens the door. And then we can go to this counter and we can grab a burger. Delicious hamburger. And at the back, we will get shut into the freezer. Oh no! Fortunately, there's a little puzzle here to solve. Okay, so we have 1 has a break and 5 has a break. What about on the other side? On the other side, 4 has a break and 6 has a break. So that's 1 and 5 is going to be 1 is this, 5 is this. So 1 and 5, so these two. So red on 1, and then this one is green. So that's 2 is red, or 2 is green, 4 is red. Yeah. So 2 is green, 4 is red. Okay, got it. And that reopens the door, and we're out of the freezer. And also, I can open this and get an 8-sided spanner. All of these are necessary progression items. They're specific items that you just have to get to beat all the puzzles in the level, as opposed to the rest of the boxes that just have random stuff in them. Knowing where the different progression items are is one of the main things that you do when speedrunning this game. You have to learn where each of them are. Okay. Here. Next up, make a wrench. Actually, I don't want to do that yet. I will leave that for now. Aha! Hello, small child. Would you like a hamburger? There you go. What do you got for me? Batteries. Alright, we can take those back to Joshua, but I'm going to keep going forward because there's an upcoming puzzle that I need to do. There's one puzzle that happens at the very end of all of the areas. So I'm just going to head over to that since I have the 8-sided spanner. I know where each puzzle goes to, so I can just get this one done at the end real quick and not have to backtrack. Bolt cutter. Cool. Okay, that'll save some time. Because now I can use the bolt cutter on this door. Bolt cutter will also let us fight a super secret ultra boss later on that we're going to do so that we can get a good item that will help with combat. And now is where I imagine a shovel. Imagine a shovel. Can you imagine? And digging here spawns in 2 enemies. They aren't going to move for a bit. I'll read this note real quick just to get some XP, and then I'm going to head up here. Try and get them to come this way, and then kite them around. Grab this. Let's go! Oh, one of them got a hit, but who cares? Escape! Run away! Alright. Puzzle solved. Now we'll head back to Joshua and give him back his batteries. And then that should open up another puzzle that we can solve. One of the puzzles is this hole in the ground, but like with the previous area... Something fun. But like with the previous area, we need a chain to put the hook on. Although I think in this case it's a string. I also can spawn in the police car that crashes if you walk near the fire hydrant. Hey dude, here's your batteries. You gonna give us the fuse or the key? Apartment key. Alright, so the apartment key is the very beginning of the level, so I gotta go all the way back. The 3 progression items we still have are the apartment key, not that one, the fuse, and the string. All of these will eventually conglomerate on one specific item, which is the key to go across the bridge that we saw. Here, we go all the way back. Into here. Up to the top. No, wait, bottom. Top apartment is where Tutu is, and while I love her, I can't visit her right now. And this is just a safe. The safe code is a specific thing that I know. It is... Get this written down. Yes, 6. Okay, so... 6... 14... 22. Oh, did I go the wrong way for it? Let's try 6... 14... 22. Okay. This went the wrong way. Cool. And the safe is... a fuse! Who hides their fuses in a safe? I don't know why. Fun fact, if you keep going in and out of that room too much, the child leaves and is replaced by a horrifying monster. Let's not see that. Alright. All the way back to the other apartment building that I made the wrench for. I also am going to need to make sure I have enough combat items here, because we actually have a combat. Actually, hold on. What do I have right now? Yeah, I have the axe. So you'll notice I have a full 4-stack axe. That's what I got from the TV. The TV gave me an axe with a full 4 charges, which is incredible. That's the best item in the game. It almost tempts me to just do some random combat encounters just for XP, but I don't think it's worth it. But still, like, that is far and away the best thing I could get. Up until I get the late game super item, it will continue to be the best thing I can get, in fact. Alright. Upstairs. And now we go into this little room. Wow. let's unhook this propane tank with the wrench, which is why we needed it. We can also use a knife, but we got lucky here with the... And then use the fuse on this box outside to turn the power back on. And then turn the power on. Wow, a huge explosion. Oh my god, there's a monster! Ah! Hit him with a crowbar. Crowbar is a slow weapon, so it's a great weapon to start with because it buys us a little more time. Axe will deal damage and 2 bleed. He's gonna do a devastating, which is a little bit worrying, but I don't think he has enough. I'm gonna heal here just in case. This won't be more than like 5 damage, I don't think. It was 6. Okay. Well, either way, easy to survive. Cool. Grab the single piece of string and continue. The one issue is that we still have one more combat encounter at the end of the level, and I don't have a ton of items right now. I'm gonna check what's in this truck real quick. Cleaver will do it. That's good enough. Wait, no, I have to go back to the hole in the ground. Now that I have the string, I can go back to that hole, and I can fish up what is in it. Okay. Combine this with the hook, and this will get us the key, and all of our items have come together to give us the final item we need. Single key. Yay. There's Bort again, by the way. You see him on the wall. Technically it says Bert. I just like calling him that. Alright. Final area. Forgot to pick up the back of the key. There's so many things going on in this side of the game that oftentimes I make little mistakes like that. It's one reason it's not a huge time loss, but I remember seeing that before and being like, I'm gonna forget that someday. Cardboard box. Okay, now I need to open the cardboard box with something. Grab a tiny key out of it, and then quickly focus up the rest of my weapons. What do I want? What's 2? Anything useful that's 2? There's nothing useful that's 2. Grab me another rusty axe charge. Cool. Let's get out of here. Alright. And with that, city is about done. Bridge control, use the bridge control, and then head out. After city, we're gonna do the same thing we did last time where we don't actually beat the level immediately, where we don't actually go to the next of the 3 base levels. Instead, oh, will this be enough? Yeah, this should be enough. Let's do it. Yeah, that's more than enough. Okay. So I have to deal with the shades first here, because they can heal. Let's hit this guy. And then... the axe... No, the axe is 2 cleaves. That will be enough. It won't quite kill this guy, because he'll heal, but... it's still basically fine. We'll only heal by 1, and then I can hit the guy in the middle and kill him. Cool. Easy. The zombies deal 3 damage right now, but because I can slow them, I'm not going to take more than 1 damage. Actually, I'm not going to take any damage at all. Powerful stuff. I didn't even know there was a pickaxe here. Well, good to remember for the future. That's one of the only times in the game I've ever seen there be an item laying on the ground like that. Usually it's in a box. Cool pickaxe, though. Alright, and that is city. Let's see how many echoes I am at. I should be at around 3,700. If I'm not, I'm going to need to read some books. I am more than enough. We're still good. Alright, I'm going to immediately not do anything, because the next level has absolutely no combat encounter, so I don't need to upgrade anything at all. In fact, since it has no combat encounters, I'm just going to read, even though that'll only get me 13 echoes. Back to bed. So here, once again, I'm going to do a level just to get the level out of the way, the area before the boss out of the way, so that next time I enter it, I can just do the boss. And that is going to be the casino. Cool. Hey man, what's up? You okay? What are you doing here? This is one of the few times you actually have to go through someone's dialogue without just clicking on the exclamation points. Because he will give us a tape recorder that we're going to use to record people's voices upstairs. Because this casino has some shady stuff going on. Alright. The Lucky Casino. I really love the Alan Wake-esque intro screens that happen here. They're really fun. Alright. Box 1 should have a coin in it. And box 2 should have some batteries in it. There we go. The only thing I need in this level is going to be a bunch of coins. So let me immediately imagine some coins. 1, 2, 3. Going to put one in the blue machine, and it's going to give us a screwdriver. Vending machine dispensed a screwdriver. What do you know? And the red machine can't dispense anything because it has something stuck in it. But if I use the screwdriver, I can pull out... Wow, a jade coin. How cool. I can also use the screwdriver over here. How awesome. Yes. A decorative horseshoe. This is all part of one of the puzzles. There's 3 puzzles to get the stuff that you need in the casino. One puzzle you need 3 lucky items for. Decorative horseshoe, the jade coin, and then one other thing as well. Let's get some casino chips with a coin. And then also, let's get some alcohol. Give me an entire bottle of whiskey for no reason. Yes, I want it. I want your entire bottle of whiskey. Cool. Next up, let's talk to this guy. Hey man, how's it going? How are you doing with your gambling? Oh, it's not going so hot, huh? Oof. Want to give me your golden chip? Can I help you? He doesn't seem too excited. Alright. Put these in the tape recorder, and let's start recording some people's bad times. That guy is having a bad time. I got his recording. This lady, this dude, that dude is having a bad time. Got his recording. And I believe this lady, yeah, that lady is having a bad time. 3 recordings of bad times. We're gonna get this casino canceled online. Alright, then we go up into here. And there are the 3 sirens who are going to be the boss for this level. We can't fight them though right now because we aren't powerful enough. We'll be back. Instead, we're going to talk to this loser in the corner. I wonder if there's anything we can give him. What if we give him an entire bottle of alcohol? Wow! In return, we get a 4-leaf clover. The Bog has been canceled. The Bog from popular manga, Why You Shouldn't Play the Bog. They have actually made the Bog pachinko machine. That's from Kaiji, which is a very, very good manga. Next, we talk to Scientist Man. Hey, what are you doing here? How do I win in the casino? Which machine is rigged? Yellow machine with coins on the banner. Cool. All I needed to know. We'll head back outside and talk to Joshua. Give him his tape recorder with all of his things, and he'll give us something we can use to get another golden chip. Hey, here's your tape recorder. You can use it to get this casino canceled. Canceled as heck. Yes, give me your loaded dice. Now that we've robbed this casino blind of all its lucky items, you can go and easily win at the roulette table. Just remember, if you ever want to win at roulette, all you need is a lucky clover, a golden horseshoe, and a jade coin. Find those 3 items and you're guaranteed to win. Yay! Got our golden chip. Next up was the yellow machine with the coins at the top. So for this one, it's actually entirely deterministic, and I messed it up, actually. We want to click on this one, the one that it's stuck on, yeah. One that has the star at the bottom, and then you click on the one with the star, and you do it twice. Yeah. Puzzle solved. That's another golden chip. And now for our last golden chip, well, this guy's in the way of the table that we need. Hey, you want some loaded dice? These will help you win. They're lucky dice. Let's just go check out this stage again. Actually, I changed my mind. I want to go back to the casino. You may notice me struggling to go through the doors sometimes. That's because I tried to animation cancel and failed. That's the punishment for not getting the animation cancel right. It messes up the doors. Alright, and that's all the golden chips. Man. So that'll give us a ton of echoes from solving all the puzzles. And now we can immediately go backstage. And then give up. Whee. Hi there. I'm stupid. I love that you can call yourself stupid. Wow, how spooky. Bye. That's a lot of health is the thing. 3 enemies with massive health bars. We need a way to start dealing with multiple enemies. The first boss was a guy that's summoning mannequins. This boss is 3 enemies. And our third boss is also going to be summoning guys. So this is a bit of a problem. We need a way to start dealing with dudes. How are we going to do that? Well, next level we'll have an answer for that. Here we start getting some items. So I'm going to grab the shield, because I'm going to need it on the next level. I'm going to grab the bolt cutters, because I'm also going to need those on the next level. I'm going to grab the hamburger, because it is a very powerful heal. And I'm going to grab the instant camera, because it's one of the best items in the game. Then we'll go back to skills, and we will grab Bloody Perfect, which will make us deal more bleed. We will grab Medic 1, so our heals are a little bit better. And we will grab Coffee Addict 2, so now we get even more back when we do coffee. Cool. And that's everything. Now we'll go watch TV and hope we get a good item. I have a lot of items I could potentially gamble on now. Most of them are really good, some much better than others. Some are bad. Mostly just the bone is bad, though. If I get the bone, I have officially been boned, and it is very bad. That is the worst possible outcome. Alright, cave 1 time. So the cave starts out very nice to us. It always gives us a pickaxe. Oh. No, sorry. The next level gives us a pickaxe. Cave is not nice. Or no, wait. This gives us the pickaxe, right? No, that's nail bones. Well, I need to be picking up items in the cave anyways, so... No, wait, right. The hole gives us the pickaxe. This is an enemy with a really scary thing going on. I don't want to deal with that enemy. I want to ignore him. Behind him is a shovel, and I can just make shovels with my brain, so I'm not even going to think about him. I am going to be picking up a fair few items on this level, because I need to get some items for the boss I'm going to fight eventually. Right, we'll go this way, because this way should be our shovel spot. Yep, there it is. We got a shovel! Wow! I don't even have to waste time focusing it. That was a really lucky TV item. And there's the pickaxe I promised. Alright. Out the door. And into the next area. pickaxe is a necessary progression item, but whenever a necessary progression item is also just a good item, that's really good news, because it means I don't have to waste a bunch of time. Cool. This is also a level I'm going to try and open some barrels on, because there's some free barrels here, and those are a lot of XP. Yes. The one issue with animation canceling is that it happens before the camera moves, and you don't know what the next room is going to be, because the rooms are random. That guy, I would like matches for. No, I don't even... Actually, wait, I do need human bone. Shit. Okay. That should be enough items for now. I'll stop opening random things until I start seeing some barrels. So, next thing we are looking for is... a room with 2 spiders. Ah, here it is. The 2 spiders, I can pull this lever and it'll drop this minecart on them. I'm going to wait until they get right in the right spot, and then I'm going to drop it on them. It will help a lot with some upcoming fights. And it gets me a lot of echoes. That almost missed. If that had missed, that's devastating to the run. Spider Fang. Spider Fang. They drop Spider Fangs, which are items that deal very little damage, but do a ton of bleed, which makes them very useful. Apparently I didn't pick up the bone. Oops. These barrels don't give much, but better than nothing. Grab a metal pipe. Sure, trash can lid. And then this guy has matchbox. Now, the matchbox here is not that necessary, because the item that we get from the hanging bodies in here, like when the previous one, you get nothing of importance from here. It does help with this dead body on the floor covered in spiders, but you don't actually need to use it here. You could just grab into the body. I'm going to do it because we get a few more echoes if we do it this way. And also I needed to kill those spiders that way anyways to get the spider fang. And the echoes. Alright. Next room, we should be coming across the break room pretty soon. Go on the door. Ah, first we have this room. Alright, so in this room, I'm going to quickly imagine some human bones. And then use those human bones to break down this. Wow. Now we have 2 barrels. Now we have 2 planks. We'll go put these planks in this clamp, because we're making a bridge. This area also gives you a free wrench, so if you can imagine a human bone to use instead of a wrench, because most long, sturdy items are interchangeable, you can basically upgrade your imagining of a human bone into imagining a wrench. Imagining a bone costs 1, imagining a wrench costs a lot more. Alright, let's put our nails in the board. And then let's hammer it in with, I don't have my bones, so I'll use this instead. Cool. Then place our new bridge. I've solved the puzzle. Alright. Cross the bridge, down south, into the next room. This is a room that only has an enemy in it, and is completely pointless, and very scary. This is our break room, which is very good for me, because now I can get started on the thing I need to do, which is 1 instant camera. Where's my rusty axe? There it is. 1 rusty axe. 1 hamburger. Drink. Give me a short coffee break. This will refill my focus. Yay! And now that it's full, 1 rusty axe. 1 more rusty axe. Actually, I do need a shield. Maybe I'll take a couple of shields here. Yeah, I'll take some shields instead. Having the shovel at the beginning of the level means I'll have plenty of damage, so I'm going to take a 2-part shield instead of that. What's in here? Sure. Okay. With that, I should have enough to beat this level now. Oh, wait. No, did I mess this level up? I did, in fact, mess this level up. Please tell me there's a thermos. Alright, I need to find a thermos, because if I don't find a thermos, I have to reset this level. Shoot. Wait, did the backpack have a thermos? No, the backpack just had a normal thing in it. Where's their thermos? Hang on, I can check this. Give me a second. We have a list of guaranteed drops. Fixed containers. Is there anything in caves that is fixed? It does not look like it. Okay, that could be a bit of an issue. Well, time to plan B. I need... thermos, there it is. Hey! Alright, I don't need the matches anymore. Actually, I kind of want the matches. Let's drop the screwdriver. I'm not using the screwdriver. So thermos lets you manually refill your coffee without having to use a coffee machine. I need bolt cutters. They are a necessary item to complete the current route. And I forgot to make them. I only need 2 charges, but I'll get all 3 because they're a pretty good slide. Actually, with 2 charges, I can make the last charge into another axe charge. Okay, this is far more than enough to beat the next thing, so let's continue. Check this for some XP. And head up. This room does not have anything of importance. There aren't really many puzzles in this area. Once you've built the bridge, you basically finish the puzzles. Instead, all we really want to do is get to the end. Having the matches is sort of a puzzle because it lets you burn the final door instead of having to cut it, but it's not really a huge deal either way. This area will spawn in a bunch of eggs if I go the wrong way. And here it is. Alright. So this is the secret boss. This is completely unnecessary to beat the game. We don't have to fight this guy. However, fighting him gives us an item that is very good. It's the maimed soul! Ah! Alright, let's start with a camera. So he's going to hit us with his devastating attack. The devastating attack is a bit of a problem, because it is a lot of damage. Fortunately, we have shields. This was the entire reason we picked up the shield at the beginning of the game, was for this attack right here. Triple axe him, so he's now got a ton of bleed stacked on him. Normally I would use one of these here to try and get it, but since he's starting with devastating, I'm just going to hit this. So, hit us once for 4. Okay, then... do I go with this? No, I have enough bleed. I don't need this better thing. I'd like him to stop doing his 0 speed attack. That's a bit of a problem. I could block this for 2. Bleed only... block only 1. No, wait, we slow him. Right. Slow him down a turn, then I will heal through this. So he's going to hit me for 4, and I'm going to heal for 4, so it won't do anything. His fast attack only deals 4 damage, so I can just heal like that. Alright, and we got him. Wrench here, followed by some pickaxe charges. No problem. And when we kill him, we get this lovely chainsaw! Chainsaw is the best weapon in the game by far. It is on the way, because the caves you have to go through anyway, so it's not that far out of the way. It deals tons of damage, and it bleeds all enemies. It is fantastic. Here's the end of the level, where I encounter a spider, who I'm immediately going to use a chainsaw on for 4 damage and 2 bleed. And I'll wrench. Then I will chainsaw again. It's really nice having the chainsaw so I don't have to worry about fighting guys. And you know what? Might as well waste the chainsaw. Why not? Got him. Final thing. Burn down the area to the final spider. Head through. And it's the final boss. Oh no! And she's gonna summon more little guys. Oh gosh. How horrifying. I'm looking for my brother. Fortunately, we're not going to fight her. We've given up so many times, so now we've officially given up on all 3 bosses. This does nothing, but it sure is a thing. And with that, we can now finally go back and start fighting some of these bosses. Let's get some items, though. Okay. The first boss we're going to fight is the Dollhouse. He's the scariest boss because he has 2 phases and a lot of health. We are going to research our chainsaw. And I have a little bit of extra stuff, so I might check. Can I get any of the later ones I would get? I would be grabbing... Currently my plan is integrity is 750. How much is a med kit? First aid kit is 750. Let's get first aid kit. Yeah. I'm getting this. I have extra XP, so I'm getting this 1 turn early, basically. Because having a first aid kit on any boss is a good thing. Cool. Alright, now we pray for a chainsaw. If we get a chainsaw here, basically the fight's over and we've just won. It becomes very easy. If I don't get a chainsaw, I have to research a chainsaw, and that takes a lot of work. I should be able to do this, but this is where the game starts to get very tense, because it can be very, very close how much XP I have. Okay. What do we get? Bolt cutters is 3 damage each. It's not great. I kind of want to reset. I'll just go for it. I'll try it. Let's see if we get in some boxes. Nailed plank is bad, but better than nothing. In here is going to be our item. Let's start researching. Chainsaw. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my mouse, which is why it's doing that odd clicking thing. Chainsaw twice, and then what can I get for 2? I can get a hamburger. Which is... Probably I should go for a nailed plank instead. Worth it either way. Let's get 2 more pulls of the chainsaw with the coffee here. Imagine a chainsaw. Imagine another chainsaw. And then there should be 1 more thermos in this level. I will have to spawn in my wife, but... bone. Bone is just 1 damage. Well, it's 2 now, but it's still very, very pointless. What's in here? Knife is also very bad. This is not turning out very well so far. There's another secret boss on this level we can do, but it's really not worth it, because the item you get, while it does do a lot of slow, it also costs, all of the secret boss items cost 5 to research. So they're very rough. Alright. That is a level 4 thermos, so this will help us get to the other items we need, which is going to be instant camera charges. Consume twice. And then probably first aid. I have the hamburger. No, I need at least 1 first aid, I think. Instant camera, and then... a little bit worried about this. I need just some generic damage. I might take... What do I want? With 3... Is there anything for 3 that's really good? Do I have any... I have the camera, which is a bit of a slow. Could get a 4th camera. Shovel is 4. Shovel is a lot of that. Rusty axe. I got an axe. Axe and then a plank. Hopefully that's enough. Okay. Let's go for it. Hopefully that is enough to beat the boss. Let's find out. Oh, sorry, I bumped my mic there. Yes. So he won't have as much... Now, the other thing about this game, the reason we have it routed so specifically, is because this game does a very specific type of level scaling. Every time you beat a level, you have to fight more and more. The enemies get more and more health, and they become more and more difficult. Cool. Okay. Camera. Then let's see if I can kill one of them fast before that one can fire. Chainsaw, yes. So I'll be able to kill one of them here. Because I only have to do 2 damage now. And that's literally any item. I think a bone is 2 damage. Bone is 2 damage, yeah. Cool. So one of them's dead. Now, next, I need to be doing some cleave damage here, so I need to hit with... Oh, wait. What do I have that cleaves? Axe cleaves? Probably axe here? Yeah. Axe. That kills you, and then I can just hit this guy with a bone. Boom. There we go. And now we have to actually fight the boss. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to... I really want to waste the camera here. No, I think I just immediately started hitting him with this, so I start the bleed. Yeah. The main issue with bosses that summon guys is that when there is a guy summoned... Oh, shoot, something. I'm not even going to worry about that yet. I'm going to... That basically kills. It would deal more damage, though. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll camera. Okay. So camera will delay everyone by 1 turn. Now I can chainsaw this guy, which will kill him. I'm not worried about these guys. The only thing that worries me is that when there is a guy up, it blocks the main guy. So you can't hit him at all when there is someone blocking him. This means you have to make sure you balance killing those guys. And also sometimes it's worth it to have there be 2 guys because... Ah, here we go. Perfect. Perfect time for a camera because it'll delay him by a lot. Then I can just chainsaw to instantly kill this dude, and then we're set to just wail on the main guy. Perfect. And we get another bleed stack on him. Nothing else does bleed to every single enemy except for the chainsaw, which is another reason it's like the best item in the game. Wrench. And I think that chainsaw here just wins, right? Yep. That's the fight. Alright, that's boss 1 done. Cool. That was far easier than I expected. This really does work. Yeah, the reason we've done all of the levels so that we do the level first and then we do the boss is because that way we get all the XP from going through the level without causing the boss to level up and be more powerful until we're ready for it. It lets us get as much XP as possible before we start doing the bosses. Okay, now to continue. Next will be the boss of the caves, and the caves can be a bit buggy, so it'll be very interesting. But first, time to go get some very useful skills. Namely... I'm going to grab Integrity 4 to get a little bit more of this, and then I'm going to grab... Where's it? Sharp Mind. Sharp Mind lets us, from this point on, every single item we research costs 1 less to research. That's fantastic, and it's the reason why the nailed planks are like one of the best items in the game, and I'm going to be looking for them whenever I can, is because Sharp Mind makes them go from 2 per area to 1. So basically, instead of a bone, you can get a bone that that deals bleed damage every single time. I accidentally right-clicked. Alright, into the caves. Here we go. Game? Like I said, it can be a little bit buggy here. So the caves are interesting because it doesn't have the simplified the layout. It can be a little bit more difficult. We should still have the final boss right up above us, just like with the previous areas. However, we also need to get items for the boss. A cleaver's okay, but a 1 charge on the cleaver is not great. So going right up there will take us into the boss, but we need to grab some items first. Single charge bone is so bad. That is not what I am looking for here. Please. Okay, that's something at least, because I can... Well, what's the item that I got? I got a full axe! Okay, that makes things way easier. That is much more viable. If I can get a full axe, that will make the entire level way more doable. And this should give me a near full pickaxe, which should also be very good. Yeah, we got a full pickaxe. Let me see if I can find... If I can now, I just need to find the coffee, which should be somewhere in here. Where's my coffee? It's gonna be down here. There it is. Okay. Let's get some charges of cameras and chainsaws. Chainsaw, chainsaw, chug. Wait. Yeah, I want to use the last remaining one. I want to use it on hamburgers. With the medkit, the hamburgers heal 4, which makes them very viable for fights. And they only cost 1 to make, so they're very cheap. Keep on bumping the mic. Cool. 4. Now, I think I want to go for cameras here, because I got the axe, which is already going to be a ton of damage. Let's see, 2 cameras. I'll do 3 cameras, and then I'll do another chainsaw. Yeah. Cool. Let me scrounge around for a couple of other items, especially if I can find a heal of some sort. Nailed plank is damaged, that's great. It's worth scrounging around for items usually just because there's a chance you might not get any health. Another charge on my cleaver's great. You might not get any, you might just run out of resources while fighting the boss. And that's a bad thing. I didn't mean to read that, but it's better than nothing. Knife is not really worth it, but I'll take it. I was hoping for a little bit of health, but it should be fine. I'll check one more room, and then I'm going to move on. Oh, I would have to go do the puzzle. Wait, I can do this puzzle. Okay, cool. Is it worth a pickaxe charge? No, let's go. Alright, let's fight the boss with this. This should be good enough. I'm a little bit worried about only having 1 heal item, but I think it should be fine with the current build. Having a starting axe is going to be the thing that really makes this work. Okay, so. Hello, evil lady. This is also a boss who summons a bunch of little guys, annoyingly. We will start with a camera so that I can get some hits off before she does anything. Pickaxe is 3, axe is 3, but it cleaves. Pickaxe does more cleave, and we can do it right away. Another pickaxe charge. She's gonna summon someone, we're immediately gonna chainsaw them to death. Ooh, she's attacking us, that's really good. Okay, I actually want to camera here, because it can delay her for a while. Because now she's going to attack us, and during that attack, we can keep hitting her. Whenever she does anything that isn't a summon, we immediately want to make sure we camera there, because it's going to waste a bunch of her time. Oh, and another one. Okay, yeah, hang on. I think... Do I camera here? I think I don't, because I need to just keep dealing more damage, and I want to camera after she summons. Although, if I camera here, I might just have enough damage to kill. With the chainsaw. Yeah, let's do it. I think I can do it. This is also what a wrench would be useful for, because a wrench lets you deal slow damage without wasting time. But the camera deals more slow damage than anything, so it's usually more worthwhile. Alright, so she's just about dead. Have her pretty much set. Devastating attack is a little bit of an issue, but I do have a shield just in case. But I think I can kill her before that comes out. Chainsaw. Got her. And there's the second fight. This is my first time trying the new route that was created, and the first time I did this speedrun, I had to try all of these fights at least twice. This time I've gotten them all on my first try. This is incredible. Oh, wow. I'm so happy. Alright. Second fight down. It makes me wonder if I can improve it a little bit. I might try routing a door a little bit differently on my next run, but this route works really well for me. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Next up is the casino. Casino has the lowest number of items for us to get before the fight, so it's a little bit difficult, but definitely do it. I'm going to go, and I'm going to quickly grab one more ability. That is going to be... Wide Swing. Wide Swing is... all of your cleaves deal more damage now. Yeah. So because the next boss is 3 bosses at once, that's going to be one of the best things I can get. This is also going to be why the next boss I extremely need a camera for. Having a camera on the next boss is exceptionally important. Alright, don't get boned. Come on. Big money. Come on, come on. Cross your fingers that we got a good item here. What is it? Oh, abandoning dream. It doesn't waste too much time to reset, and I'm not doing it with just a bone. I'll take the, like, 20 seconds of time loss for trying it again without a bone. Sometimes the RNG hates you. I have so many items it could have been at this point. I've researched, like, almost 10 items. Wait, no, I know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've researched 10 items total with the bone. So that was a 1 in 10 chance. Ugh. How painful. Alright, let's try again. That is my mouse acting up. Well, at least I know I can save like 3 minutes if my mouse doesn't act up. So yeah, time for the final boss. This is just 3 bosses fighting. This is 3 bosses at the same time. It's a little bit harder than the other ones because they don't summon, so you don't have the time to like make them delay when they're summoning, and you really have to make them die very quickly. Hamburger's fine. That just is a good way to heal. It's not what I'd want. I'd want something that has better stats, but it's fine. This is the only boss area that has the chair, which lets me get a little bit of extra focus. I'm gonna use it twice since I have the hamburger. The annoying thing about the casino is that almost all of our items come from those vending machines, so I have to make a bunch of coins and then put them in the vending machines if I want to get free items. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. So one of our items was a waste because it was a double cleaver. Screwdriver is also really bad. We do not have a ton of damage yet. Okay. Extra focus. -3 integrity. Each hamburger is a 4-piece heal, so I can go down by a little bit to get a little more integrity and focus. Okay. Let's gamble. Coins are a lot more useful here for gambling because they each cost only 1. It always depends as a screwdriver first, unfortunately, because the screwdriver is used for the puzzle. But it'll have some other items in it afterwards. Give me something I can use. Pickaxe is fantastic. That is a damage item. How about a camera? Give me a camera. Trash can lid is a shield, which does matter, actually. That's pretty good. Screwdriver on here. We don't need the jade lid. I personally think that the jade lid should let you should increase your chances of luck during the fight, because there are luck mechanics in the game. There is a mechanic for no, the trash can lid's really bad. But there is a mechanic for, like, getting critical strikes or randomly having an item not use itself. We're not really messing with that, unfortunately. Okay, so that was really bad. We got 1 damage item, and that's it. I think this fight is still winnable, though. Nothing in here. So the only other thing we can get is the coffee. Let's see what we can make. Chainsaw. I have enough to get a full chainsaw, which is going to be very useful. And I definitely need camera. Oh, and I need to go back outside. Can I do it with this? Did I open the trunk outside? I don't think I did. I need to go open the trunk, yeah. No. There's a thermos in the car outside that I can use to get a few more items, so I'm going to do that. I'm playing this a little bit safe because I want to make sure it's a set thing. I'm testing this for marathon running, obviously. Oh, I did get what's in it. Oh, I thought that was a guaranteed thermos. Shoot. I think we're good. The pickaxe should be good enough. I thought for sure there was a thermos on this thing. No. I guess not. Okay. Well, with that, then we just gotta go for it. I'll do charges of the camera. 2. And then what else? Possibly the wrench. It's a fair bit of damage. I could also do this. I could do 2 more camera charges, possibly. I worry if I do a camera charge, though, if I'm gonna... Let's do a chainsaw charge and a camera charge. I think that's the most damage I can have. It's really rough, though, because all of my damage is congregated on just a few items, but hopefully a cleaver's enough. Let's go. Crossing my fingers here, but I think this should be good enough. Oh, ladies. I'm stupid. I always choose stupid. Alright, that's a lot of health, but hopefully it's doable. And fortunately, this is very important, none of them are doing the attack that they do where they heal or defend. They can heal or defend the other characters, and that is a big issue. It's why we're going to kill the one on the left first, no matter what. Hit. I'm also going to use my shield here for the first time. I'm just going to use the trash can load, which is only a 2 block, but it'll help a lot with damage here. I also made a mistake before this fight. Cool. Okay, see, now I'm only taking 2 because of that. Yay, she's not defending. Cool. Okay. This is livable. Next, I'm going to chainsaw again. 1 more chainsaw would kill, but I think I have to block here. Or actually, I think I need to heal here, because she's about to devastating. How much damage will that be? 6 damage, heals 1. I could tank it. If I tank it, how much damage am I getting? If I chainsaw you, then you're dead next turn. I'm gonna delay everyone. Yeah, I go with this. Taking the damage. Okay. 6 damage here, but I have a camera charge, so I can delay everyone. A 1 on that? That's not fair. Okay. I can kill her before she fires. I think I can kill them both before they fire again. Pickaxe. Yes. Or I could heal twice, which will definitely let me survive this. Pickaxe is 3 damage guaranteed. Nope, pickaxe does it. We did it. Yay! That's a kill. By the way, thank you. And that's it. That is the casino done. Wow. All 3 bosses taken care of. Huh. That is very relieving, because I was really worried about that. But, no. Got it handled. Wasted a little bit of time out of worry, but I have a lot more confidence now, so future run I should be able to do that a little bit faster. Still, it went really well. So far, everything has gone according to plan. According to my long and extensive plan. Alright. Next up is going to be another day when I don't do any TV watching, because the next level has no combat. Wow. Here we go. Time for the shrine. Shrine is simply an escape game. Yay, let's get 10 more echoes. It gets more and more pointless to do that the later you go in the game, but it's very fun. It's still worth, the other thing is it's still worth doing all this research. We've gotten very lucky on the bosses. I've got a lot of good chances to fire things during them. Okay. Shrine time. Into the shrine. I love the way this level looks. I love the way all the levels look. Now, I can skip the Ankh here for time, and in the short speed run, it's sometimes worth it to do it because it saves just a little bit. But if I don't take the Ankh and I mess up this level, I will have to reset the entire level, and that is very, very slow. So, let's not do that. It's a monster! Ah! Hey man, come at me. So we're gonna kite this guy. This is all just about kiting this one monster around. I actually have to make sure I don't animation skip on this level, because if I animation skip on this level, it messes with the guy's behavior and could kill me randomly. Speedrun is going well. It's all working, which is exactly what I wanted. I'm not going to beat the world record, but that's completely fine by me. This is my second attempt running tactical. I've done a lot of attempts running story, but this is my second attempt on this one, and the first one with the new route, and it's going fantastically. This is all just about kiting this guy. There's a specific path we take through. We have to light up the 3 big blue areas. It's not that hard. However, if he catches you, he does instantly kill you. Fortunately, we have the Ankh, which will give us 2 extra tries if he catches us, where we'll just blow him back instead. That's why it is a really fun gamble to not take the Ankh on the story speedrun, because if you think you could just get away from him, then you don't even have to worry about it. Alright, go up here. Come on. Yay. If you don't go up a little bit there's a chance they'll take the bottom route, and then it becomes an issue. This is also why we read instead of watch the TV on this level. We don't need any items. This is all just about running away. The Ankh is also the best shield in the game by far. I don't think I'm going to research it because it costs a ton of resources to research, but it's just far better than anything else. It blocks like 8. Our shield should be fine for 90% of the things we do, though. There is one other item we'll grab later, but it's a more funny item. Alright. And with that, we have finished the shrine. Hi, Tutu. I love her. She's so cool. I love her little animation. We are fine. I have defeated abominations. Tell her about all the monsters I killed. I'll do whatever I can to help. I'm always nice to her during this conversation. You can basically either say, I'm just doing what I have to do, or you can say, I'll gladly help you. And I'll always tell her that I'll gladly help her, because she's my favorite character. Happy to help. Cool. Alright, the next level is by far the longest one in the game. Good shrine. Next level is by far the hardest one, longest one in the game. It's not the hardest. The hardest is probably the level after it, but this one is very long. Also where I have to start planning a little bit, I have to start planning for the thing after it. I'm not a fan of South Park, but I will add it if you request. I'll add anything. I'm not a fan of Stuart Little or local wine companies, but I'll add those. Alright, so next thing we're going to do. The next level, we don't really need any huge upgrades for it, but I will grab the crowbar because I have to research that. If I fail to research the crowbar, everything falls apart. I will also grab integrity and focus, because I'm going to be upgrading those anyways on the next thing. I might as well. Cool. No, I'll add it anyways. Like, the whole point of the Winamp skins is to add funny things that I don't want. Not mean to go through that. Watch TV. So on this level, I'm going to need to research a crowbar at some point. The point of this level is very simple. It is very fast to kill men by dropping them onto horrifying spikes. However, it's very slow to burn people to death. So we'll be doing one and not the other. It's very funny to me that the game has one of the speedrun things in it is whether it's faster to kill someone or set them free. Like, literally, I have to make moral choices based on how fast they are. We got a camera! That's a really good one. Camera costs 4 usually, so it's really good to grab. It's not a damage item, so we're still going to need to get damage items, but, because there's a lot of forced combat in this one, potentially, but still pretty good. Welcome to the prisons. Okay, so, a few things I'm looking for in this area. Open a chest real quick, just try and get a damage item. Bottle of medicine is not a damage item. Open one more chest, come on. Damage item. Bolt cutter is technically a damage item, and will work for what I want to do. This guy is in a room by himself, so I don't even need to worry about him. The prison has, by far, the most dead ends. Kara makes them skip their turn, right? Yeah, camera makes them lose... It slows them by 2, so it's a double slow. It's by far the best slow in the game, aside from the secret item. It's very useful. I'm gonna grab 1 used here. Actually, I'll grab 2 since I'll grab 1. A lot of this game I am rooting on the fly for little decisions like this. Some stuff is very planned, but in levels, because the layouts are random, a lot of stuff you have to do normally. Hey, man. Oh, I can't... Oh, boo. Shoot. Okay, well, I gotta go find something I can use to chop that. Is there anything I can use to chop that? Yeah. There we go. Hey, man. Bad news. Ouch. So this puzzle could be done in a different way. You can also, if you don't have you can also instead find matches in one of the rooms. You can pull the lever to drop the spikes, and then you can set the rope on fire, like, with perfect timing, and you can save him. If you do, you find out that it's Joshua, your friend, and he gives you his pocket watch. And he gives you the pocket watch, which is really important. This is not the right way. I missed an exit at the chair room. However, all of that is slow. Finding the matches, it takes a while to burn, and we would need to research matches, which have no use in the game except for that. It's just a bad time, so we're not going to do any of that. This is our big puzzle room. However, I can't do it yet because I need to find 2 other rooms first. I need to find a room with a water in it, and I need to find a room with a big clock. This should be the water room, and that'll give us the peg. One part of the puzzle, and then the other one should be right... might be over here? Is the clock? No, this is a dead end. The stairs are really interesting in this level because oftentimes they'll have enemies on them, and if the enemy is on the stairs and it's a dead end, you don't have to fight that enemy. However, if the enemy is on the stairs and it's not a dead end, you absolutely have to fight that enemy because you're going to have to go through. Alright, time for it looks like I have saved about roughly an average of 1 second on this run, because you have to sit and wait for the clock to get to the right spot. And I'm pretty sure it's completely random where it goes to. I've seen it go to like 9 o'clock and such, so by having it land on 5, I think I saved an average of 1 second from pure RNG. Congratulations to me. Okay. Now, for this puzzle. Put the peg in. Then put the gears in correctly. Pretty simple. That one goes there, and then the 2 normal-sized gears go in their spots. Then we'll pull the lever, and the bottom half of the stage where the water was will be open. There's 1 necessary combat encounter on this level, except for the funny little guy, the funny stair guys that we might run into. I'm gonna research some pickaxes and such, just in case I run into the funny little guys, but mostly I just need to worry about that. Actually, no, wait, there's 2 necessary combat encounters, my mistake. I forgot that there's 1 room where it shouldn't be a necessary combat encounter, but we haven't found a way to skip it yet. For some reason, everywhere else, you can skip it. Anyway, it's time to sing Snake Eater. I hope you enjoyed the very short version of Snake Eater. Because now we are in the depths. Okay, so this is the bone room. If I go through there, it'll spawn some dudes, so I'm going to see if I can get around it by going different routes. This is the Iron Maiden room. Cool, I'll take a nail plank. And you know what? Just in case I run into some dudes, let's get a full nail plank. Nail plank and pickaxe will kill anything. Unfortunately, this does mean I have to go through here. If I stay really close to the edge, yeah, I can avoid them spawning, but it is slow and annoying. This room has nothing in it. It's not an important room. This room has... So yes, you see, this guy, he is in the way, but he is also, unfortunately, somewhere where I cannot avoid. If this room had been a dead end, I could have just left and not thought about this guy. But he has decided to and deal 4 damage to me. Ooh. Pick instant kill. Think about it. It'll give me a little bit more echoes. I guess I can do something with that, but most of it's just annoying. Down here is... And it's a dead end! I didn't have to fight that guy after all! Dang it! Well, at least that other room's a dead end. It means I don't have to keep going up and down the stairs all the time. It is a dead end, right? I mean, just to double check. Cool. Man. Alright. This room is... Oh, boo! I have to fight both of them? That's awful. Okay, I'm now officially out of pickaxe charges. How much damage is he gonna do? Is this gonna be an issue? 3 times 3, that's actually a lot. Camera. I don't like to waste a camera, especially because I have actually difficult combat encounters coming up, but... I had to. Suppose I could have used the bolt cutter, but... Just get it out of the way. Alright, well the good news is that means basically every single thing I need is going to be on this side of the area, because I found nothing on the other side except for the one Iron Maiden room. This room, I don't want to do this room yet because it's a combat encounter. How do I want to do this, actually? I have the thing. Let's get some rusty axes here, actually. I'll do... 3 rusty axes. A couple of nailed planks should do it. Yeah. Actually, and a pickaxe. Then quickly heal with this. And yeah, let's go. Oh wow, how scary. So this is one of the 2 necessary combat encounters on this level. These 2 guys are going to show up, and I gotta fight them. They're not a huge deal, they're just kind of annoying, but they are pretty annoying. Axe should make pretty quick use of them, especially if I expend 1 camera charge. I don't really want to extend a camera charge, because it's slow. Camera's good, but better this than any other option. Hello. Get axe. I'm going to axe you a question. And then plank does 2 damage. A brown eye. I wonder what we use that for. Now, at the end of this room is 2 guys that are going to spawn in and try and scare me and be like, oh no, you have to fight me. Fortunately, unlike the other guys who were right in front of the thing I needed to use, I could just leave these guys. Screw them. This guy I really don't want to deal with, but I have to go through that door down there, so hopefully he doesn't get me. Damn it. One difficult thing about this game is that enemies do preserve their numbers in between stuff. That is the guy I need my crowbar for. And here is where I will get my ability to use the crowbar. Bye, man. I found the secret room. Yay! 2 out of 4 pickaxe is great, and more importantly, coffee break. So this isn't a ton of charges, and I'm worried because I don't have crowbars, and there is a boss on this level. And now I have to make, or I don't have any chainsaws. The camera will help a lot, but I'm definitely going to need to start opening some boxes. 3 crowbar charges is enough. Let's start opening some boxes then. First aid kit is more heals, which, while fun, is not what I want. It'll help a little bit, but not enough. Here's the bowl, and crowbar. Actually, let me talk first. Hey, man. How can I help? I'll be back. Wanted to make sure I did that in case it made a difference. Alright, crowbar it open. So the other option here, instead of crowbarring, is just light the bowl on fire, because it is the brass bowl that they used to torture prisoners way back in the day. Lock someone in a giant bowl and then burn the bowl and kill them by horrifying burning. You can do that to a guy. It's just a dream, so it's not real, but it's still really messed up. Fortunately, it's also slower, so we don't have to. Because if it was faster, I definitely would have to. Where is my boy? Give me some more combat items. Or a thermos. Thermos would be... There it is. Alright. So that solves all my problems. Finding a thermos basically solves everything because I could just use that to make some chainsaws. Now we are just looking for the guy with the eyeballs. There's the exit room. That's the final room I will go to. And then eyeball guy should be here because I believe it's the only room I have left. There he is. Hey, man. Want an eyeball? Oh, wait. I'm missing, Yeah. I'm missing the other thing. Okay, wait. No, I actually do. I forgot there's one more area, which must be here. Yep. I was right. So this area, if we walk by that guy in the cage, he yells and causes a dude to spawn. Or causes the guys to come after me. Fortunately, that doesn't really matter, potentially. Like, sure, go ahead. I do need to make sure this guy doesn't get me. Fortunately, I got away from him. I gave him 2 eyes, and he gives me a key. Now we go all the way back. Remember that room with the Iron Maidens? That is our new destination. Unfortunately, it is a full backtrack all the way through, which sucks. On the plus side, it is the only backtrack. All of the other stuff was at the very bottom. Good animation, Skip June. Great job. Let's see if I can get through here again without spawning anybody. Did it? Cool. Now, these 2 Iron Maidens give you items. The one on the top left gives you an item, which I will use just to be safe. This one does not give you an item, it just gives you a jump scare. So I will not be doing that one. Grab whatever's here. Hopefully be good. Be something good. Knife. A single-use knife is maybe the single worst thing it could spawn. Awful. Next up. Jug. The thermos is actually better than the coffee pot right now because the thermos gives us, that thermos gave us 4 charges. Imagine a chainsaw. Okay, then one more. We have plenty of heals. We have a camera that still has 2 charges. I'm gonna we'll get 1 on here, and then I'm gonna get the chainsaw. And I believe with the items we have a pickaxe, 1-use bulk. We're a little low on damage items, but I think this will be good enough. Hopefully. Wow, that's actually a lot of damage. Anyways, camera. Cool. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I heal. I hit the wrong button. Well, hopefully this goes okay. Yes, please attack me more. Every time he attacks me, that's very good. I'm actually going to use the knife here just because I really need to be using my resources because I'm low on resources. He can also summon dudes, and that's obviously the much worse option. However, I'm going to save the chainsaw for when he summons dudes because, like, we can deal a lot of damage with the chainsaw. Cool. Now I start attacking this guy. Okay, how much is that going to be, actually? That's going to be 3 times 3. Okay. No problem. Chainsaw. Yeah, I can just camera again. Camera? Do I have any other cleave items? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't. Chainsaw. This is the last combat encounter. There's no reason to not use all my resources. Cool. Got him. And I've defeated the final boss, and he gives me the single most annoying puzzle in the entire game. So when I open this box, I get a weird device. And this device is... We haven't figured out a good way to keep track of this yet. The puzzle here I just have to actually do. You have to make them all line up. So, is that... Okay, that seems... right? On top? No, it's not. Maybe this? Is this... That's not right. Was it right? No. A little more. How's this? Nope. Okay, I think I did have it before, actually. Yeah, this is right. That's right on top. Okay. Now on the bottom, you just kind of have to make a good pattern that like works. That works. That works. That sort of works. That works. Okay, I think that's it. I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. There's no way. That's completely random every time, and the shapes are so esoteric that we haven't figured out a good way to like memorize it. So it's literally just okay. Figure it out. Try and solve it. Every other puzzle, there's either an easy way to remember it or the solution is set every time. Alright. Was this the wrong way? No, this is the right way. Yeah. Now we go all the way back down. Now there's one more big combat encounter before the end, where they summon a bunch of guys to come after you. How am I going to deal with that? Well, maybe. There's a fun way to deal with it, which is that it's on the bridge at the very end. And you can summon the guys, then go back across the bridge and pull the lever to drop the bridge on them. See this bridge right here? We're going to put this in here and then pull a lever. It's going to make the bridge come up, but that's going to summon some dudes. And so you can go back across and drop them all into a pit to kill them. However, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. I want to go sit in this corner. Bye, man. And just like that, they leave. And that's all we had to do. That's my favorite bug in the entire game. I'm not even sure if it's a bug. They just won't come after you in the corner, so you could just hide in the corner from them while they leave. They don't like going to that corner, so they just like, it's fine, actually. Alright. With that, let's see. I should have... let's see how this goes. It is time for the final, the really big fight. Whew. Now, this fight is difficult and also has a big issue with it. I can't quit out of this fight once it starts. If I fail to set up for this fight, I can't do anything about it. I can reset the fight as many times as I want, because I'm going to take an ability that lets me do that. However, I can't reset the entire thing. I can only reset, like, just that. So, I have to be very smart here. Let's go through these. First, precise hit 2. It's more damage. It's really good. Secondly, where is it? I have focus 4, right? Yeah, Coffee Addict 3 is really important. Then, Swap Timelines is the one that I need. I'm going to take Big Pockets here. And I think I'm going to take Lucky, because 5% chance to not use up its durability charges can really save us here. Next, for items. I never got the piece of coal, which could be a huge issue for this run, but should be fun. Forgot to grab that. Okay, well let's get... I think I'm going to go for Pickaxe. Pickaxe is probably the best item here. It costs 2, it deals a ton. It doesn't cleave though, and I do kind of want cleave, but I don't think I have anything else that's better. I'll go with Pickaxe. Okay. That should be good enough. Lump of Coal is an item that just gives us a little bit of luck on our turn, which can help a lot with the final bosses. This run will probably be a little bit slow because I don't have the Lump of Coal, but we'll see. Okay. Let's go. Now, the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to open all of the chests in the starting area. If any of them don't have a good item for me, I'm just going to reset, because you only get to go to the starting area once, unless you reset it. So if I can't get some good damage items and some good other items in here, I'm just going to give up. Okay. Knife is very bad. That's probably a reset already. Pretty sure this is a guaranteed thermos. First aid kit is better than nothing. Give me 2 bones to open these barrels with. Another first aid kit. That's really bad, because I need more than that. And is this the thermos? This is the thermos. Yeah, no. That's not good enough. We're trying that again. One-use knife is basically the worst item I can get in the entire game. So let's try that. I didn't check what my item I got, though, was. That could have made a difference. If the item that I got was really good. Maybe if I got a full chainsaw, it could have been worth it to still go for it, but getting a single point of knife is just so bad. And I'm not going to heal more than, like, once on this fight anyways. Please give me something better this time. Nailed boards is something. What was my free item this round? Crowbar is good. Crowbar is actually quite good. That's definitely livable. Not the best thing. Human bone is bad. What you gonna give me with the human bone? Give me something. I'm gonna reset one more time. That's not good enough. I need some DPS items. This fight has one, yeah, so the way that this works, to explain a little bit more, this dream has one fight. It is a very hard fight that I'm very worried about, and you can't reset it, because if you reset the dream you can't actually go back to it. Because the fight is the optional fight that you only do for the good ending, which is what I'm currently going for. So it's only doable once, basically, until I believe the end of the game you might be able to come back and do it. Thus, I really need to make sure I get some good items for it. I need stuff with cleave. First aid kit is good. That's solid. I need a damage item. Camera's incredible. Camera's really good. That makes it probably worth it to run with this no matter what. Box cutter is absolutely terrible. Please give me something better here. But first aid kit plus camera is probably good enough on its own. Painkillers is so bad. First aid kit makes this worth it, though. We've got a big heal, and we have a long slow. I think that's, yeah. Okay. Alright. Let's make our build. So, full chainsaw. 2. 3. Then, a thermos charge for a 4th one. We have a lot of slows, so we just need DPS now. So that's going to be pickaxes, because that's the best damage that we have right now. We're also going to want a shield, almost certainly. So, I'll take... These are giving me 5 at this point. I'll take... Let's fill up the pickaxe, probably. Oh, something... I believe that's because of my mouse that it's making that noise. Let's take 2 charges of shield, and then probably I could do bolt cutters. I have one more item. Let's do maybe a wrench. This is 3 to, this does bleed. It's not great because it does hasten, but there's a point where I won't care. Wrench. Let's do a wrench. Okay. That'll have to be it. A 4-spot camera, I think, can do it. To the prisoner! I am hopeful but scared. The nice thing is, if I don't succeed at this, the run isn't over. It just means it's not a good ending run. It's a normal run. Which is bad, because I'd like to do the good ending, but still, it's mostly fine. Alright, in we go. So, time for a lot of story that I'm going to skip through, because we're not doing the story. Hello. It's the bad guy. Tutu's here. He leaves to go get some food. Or he leaves to go light the fire, and then we're going to ask him some horrifying questions. Hello, Mr. Prisoner. What do you know about my brother? I killed them, and they exposed you. Oh no! He just told us that Tutu killed our brother! No! We get really mad at her, and we de-summon her from the dream. Which is a really bad idea, because we're about to do a really awful fight. Please let me keep my wife here. I've been very nice to her, and I'm always trusting her. Alright. We'll grab this chalice. We'll go outside, and we're going to fill it with water. Because he's got something locked up in that side room of his, and we want to find out what. Hey, man. Where's my brother? That's all for now. So I could leave here, and if I was doing a normal run that wasn't good ending, I would do that. But instead, I'm going to put out this fire. And here. He heads into the other room, and we quickly steal his key. Oh. I do wish there was something else I could do here, like some other item I could grab, but it doesn't seem like there is. Alright, now that we have the key, we'll open this door, and it is time for the fight. Yeah. It's an angel! He's got an angel locked up in his basement! It's another guardian, just like Tutu is, a guardian of dreams. He wants me to mercy kill him. No! Now, the goal here is mostly we really want to get lucky with which attacks that they do. Because if he does a lot of blocking attacks, that's really bad. We might not be able to deal enough damage. We want them to both be trying to deal damage. A heal is actually pretty good, because I can delay them both, and then immediately get started on the damage. So, chainsaw. It's time to chainsaw. He's gonna hit us for a lot, I don't care. Chainsaw. The heal is rough, because he does heal for quite a lot. I can show how much he heals for, but it's not the worst thing in the world. How much is it? It is a heal for 5, so he's gonna heal for 6 this turn. I just gotta keep chainsawing. He's basically going to heal for the entire amount that I chainsawed here. Like, it's bad. What's he gonna do next? Please do an attack, please? No, he's doing a guard. Okay. Ooh, that's rough. This is livable. Here, I'm going to want to delay them both just because I can. Getting any delay is useful here. I'll be able to do that extra way. And then I'm going to heal all the way up. Big heal. That'll let me survive what's coming next. Then I'm going to start stacking more bleed on him, even though it won't do much, just to start getting a little bit of damage in. Another hit. It's not a ton of damage, but it's something. Yay, he's attacking me. That is the best possible outcome. Here I'm going to shield to guard against the super attack. Devastating will not deal nearly as much because I shielded, and now I can camera again. I think that's enough to kill with a chainsaw on the main guy, and then once I've done that, I should have won. I'm going to be low on resources, but yeah, this should be it. It's going to be very close, because look how much I've used. But, okay. Yeah, I don't want to use the box cutter, but I have to here, just to have enough resources. Cool, he's dead. How much damage do you do? You deal 10 damage. Let's block that again. Block for that, so you'll deal 6 to me. That's fine. Delay you. And see how much damage we can do. Get a heal in. He doesn't have a way to heal now, so worst case scenario, I believe I could just kill him by, like, out-damaging him, basically. It's gonna be close, though, because I'm gonna have to punch him a lot. It's gonna be very close. Ooh, that was rough. Okay. Delay. Yeah, that's a lot of punches. Big heal. Let's go. Punch. Can I kill him before he kills me? So his normal attack is 1, 2, 3. How much damage is he going to do here? He's going to do another one of those. How much would this heal me for? That would heal me for 3. I just got to punch him. I need him to do anything that takes more than 1 turn here. If he does a 0-turn attack, I die. Please don't do a 0. No! Oh! Off by 1! Oh. Dang it. Rewind time. So, because I got the rewind time ability, I can redo the fight. Thankfully. It does make me redo the level, but I can redo it. It's a time loss. It's a pretty big time loss, but it's not the worst thing in the world because it is just redoing the level, essentially. And you could see how close I was. A little bit of luck and a little bit less guarding there would have had that for me. I got a little bit unlucky and I forgot to research the coal, which was a mistake, but overall, it's fine. 1 away, getting unlucky at the very end is totally fine. What do you know about Thomas? Let's go through this again. I have to find out that 2-2 killed my brother again. I'm really just re-traumatizing her. You unfortunately have to kill the angel before you kill the prisoner, because if you kill this guy first, then he'll just resurrect, the angel will just resurrect him. So you have to do it in the order I've been doing it. Grab the chalice. Let's try again. Wait, I want to go talk to him first. Where's Thomas? That's all. Put out your fire. I want to grab stuff in his kitchen. Why can't I grab, like, his pan and throw that on the angel? I feel like I should be able to do that. There should be something in here, is all I'm saying. Let me open the fridge and get a hamburger, actually. That's what it should be. I should be able to open the fridge and get a hamburger. Yeah. This is my decision. Alright, let's try again. Here we go. Ooh. Alright. Go through all the dialogue again, and then Buddy will show up. Here he is, and now we can do this fight again. So, please no heals. No heals this time. Just damage. Just hurt me. Don't do any heals. Both of you attack me. Okay, a guard is annoying. I think for a guard... What I'm gonna do for a guard is this. Because it'll force them... It actually speeds them up a little bit, which means he'll stop doing that now. Now I can camera to delay them both. Oh, hey, I got the lucky. I didn't use my camera. Well, that'll help a lot. I think with that, I can probably just win. Deals 10 damage. I'm just going to tank the 10 damage this time. I'd rather save my shield for when I can use it to block multiple hits. Because the shield can block multiple hits at once. Go ahead, dude. Oh, he knocked me over. How much damage are you doing? You're doing 4? Yeah, I don't care. Chainsaw. Okay. I just need him to not guard here. As long as he doesn't guard, we're good. Yes! That is perfect. The perfect timing for a heal. Because the camera, it's not going to go off in time. Now, I'm going to just... You know what? Here's what I need to do. I need to hit you with the chainsaw. Yeah, because that'll kill him. Cool. We got the angel. Now here, you're going to deal 3 damage 2 times, right? It's 3 times 2. How much is a medkit? Heals for 7? Yeah, so I want a medkit. Go ahead. And then I can just camera him every single time, so I got him this time, no problem. Camera. Take a big heal just so I can make sure I survive this. Actually, no. Pickaxe first to get the bleed on him. Oh, no, he's just dead. Never mind. So long. See how much easier that fight was? Oh. But yeah, the fight is remarkably consistent so long as you make sure you get good items. And I got pretty good items this time, and just got very unlucky on the first try through. If I had made sure I had the coal, I almost certainly would have won, because that greatly increases my luck and gives me a lot more chances to get luckier or do stuff. And it only costs 4 total, but such is life. Anyways, we'll leave the prisoner to be devoured by ghouls. So long, man. And that's the end of Prisoner. Cool. Alright, we're on the final stretch of the game now. Whew. So, the next few levels really don't have any combat in them. I don't need to worry about much. But first I gotta answer my door. No big deal. Probably my neighbor again. Oh, she's actually saying things that I can't skip. Let's go see what's up with our neighbor. Oh, music cut out. That's funny. Hi. Wait, you're not my neighbor. Oh no, they found me. Oh god, they're coming for me. I've been dreaming this whole time. How much of anything was real? Who knows? This is the big twist of the game. Why I will recommend, if I do this in a marathon setting, that if you want to play this game, I recommend you do it before the speedrun, because there is some fun twists and things. They're coming for me! Only one thing to do! Throw yourself off a building! Whee! Jump! Ah! Into the water. And now we do the lighthouse level. Oh, don't worry, it's still really fun, and I've skipped like 99% of the story, so you can see all of that. There's still a ton of fun stuff that I have skipped over. There's actually a lot of really interesting dialogue and things, and a lot of fun secrets too, that I'm just ignoring because I'm going as fast as I can. But if you want to skip before the ending, I won't blame anyone for doing that. Alright. Time for expert animation canceling. Grab the pickaxe. And then head back down. This area is like the slowest one in the entire game, so the fact that we found the pickaxes, the fact that we found animation canceling here, when I can get it to work, is really useful. I'm not always getting it to work, but it makes things a lot faster. Right. Use the pickaxe on here. Technically, those boxes lying around do have medkits in them, but I can only get a total of 1 heal from all of the healing items. They just don't let you get any more than that. So it's not worth it to do it, especially because the only enemies on this stage are shadow people who will kill me instantly. Like, that box has another heal in it. It's not worth it. I could get a single can of food. They're coming for me! Through the door. Let's get out of here. Run! Alright, back up the beach, but this time there's monsters. Need to make sure I grab the net on my way back up as well. Because that is a necessary item to get into Big Hole. Where's the net? Yes. Unfortunately, the fishing net has no other purpose. I can't, like, throw it to delay enemies. That'd be really cool, though. Should be able to throw it to delay enemies. Key on door. And up to the top of the lighthouse. Where we're going to pull this gem out. I'm sure that the fact that I'm pulling out this gem and there's a bunch of horrifying shadow monsters coming for me won't have any bad effects at all. Yeah. The next few levels are pretty straightforward. I'm going to try and get one item on the next level that's a funny secret item. An item that I actually didn't know about until we were making the speedrun, because I was like, okay, well, what items can I get? And I looked up a list of all of the items to try and find, like, costs of them, how much they each cost to research and such, and saw one of them and went, I've never seen that one before, what? And then discovered it. It's pretty useful, though, because it's a very good heal. Now we're in a hole. Let's put the gem into the big scarab. And now we have to do a block puzzle. Who likes Sokoban? Right. Huh? Wait. I did this wrong. Followed my, I followed the instructions and didn't realize that they were reversed. I should have just known that I know this puzzle. It's not that hard. I've played enough old Pokemon games to know how to do this sort of a thing. I was doing it in Stray Children just the other day. Puzzles like this, though, eventually you just get used to them and you can see the shapes. I call this puzzle the banana puzzle because when you are clicking on the ball, it highlights a corner of it, and that corner looks like a banana. Like, tell me that this doesn't look like a pixel art banana. It does. That section of the ball always ends up looking like a banana. It's because it's yellow and has like it has the lines coming off the edge, but then also the two brown spots on each end. It looks like a banana. All right, puzzle solved. Yeah. And I've officially seen what happens when I fail that puzzle. With that, the beach is now light because we turned the sun on, and we can head up to the lighthouse and go have a very important conversation with Tutu about how she killed our brother. Let's go. Yay, there she is. Aw, she's hurt. Oh, wow, that's a lot of blood, actually. No! I'm glad she survived, saving our lives. About what you did to Thomas. Let me understand. So this is a fun pack there. That he did attack, he didn't attack. That's the final choice of the original Deep Sleep games. If you play through the original point-and-click trilogy, the very end of the game is you have to make a choice between attacking or not attacking. So here you get to say what he did based on what you probably did when you played the original game. It's over! All right. Lighthouse is over. Time for the library. The library is a really, really fun level casually because it is chock full of fake text that's really funny. It is less fun when you're playing this way because, like, it doesn't really matter. It's less fun this because we're not going to look at any of the fake text. We're just going to rush through it. But it's still a very, very fun level. To the library. We're not going to look at anything because pretty much there's no combat encounters in this level. We're just getting our items and heading out. Alright. This will also be the very last level with puzzles in it. Because after this is just the final boss. Into the library. Yay. Okay. So, first thing we need to do is find the librarian. Has a key for us. I will take the map here, because this area has some of the most, like, random side locations in the entire game. It's very big. I'm also not going to do much animation canceling here, because there's a lot of random enemies I could come across. Like that guy. There he is. It's the librarian. Looking for my brother. Said you could help me. Yay, we got the key. Alright. I should go. I'm gonna guess that the key is over here. Just gonna guess. Let's see. Is this it? No. Oh, he's in the way. I can't get in that door. Wait, hang on. Keep chasing me. Need you to do that so I can go through. See, every single one of these bookshelves has a random weird bit of text on it. It's very fun. Really, really fun casually. I was right! That's the key door! Heck yeah, I'm a genius. Alright. So all I need from here is this painting. I believe that just goes right... Well, no, I need to check this room just in case it's the next room. Anything in here? Hey, it's the puzzle room. This is actually where I needed to go. Alright, so, this is a simple puzzle. Gotta put things in an order. It is going to be Lighthouse, followed by the painting that is down here, I believe. Or no, it's the one with the moon after the lighthouse. Well, then it will be mountain. Then it will be Snow Hill. So I'll do Snow Hill first to put Snow Hill here. Because Sea Hill goes on the very end. I have names for all the paintings. Then mountain goes in between those two. And then down here is going to be another painting. This one goes... Wait. Mountain... Ah, right, my mistake. I should not have put it there. Dark Figure goes after Mountain. So, this goes here. Then Snow Hill, then the painting that I have in my inventory. Costly mistake. If you've ever played Towers of Hanoi or any game like that where you have to arrange them and you can't put two things in the same spot, you will know how annoying that is. And in here we find some books. There's a lot of cool books, but none of them matter except this blue one. The blue one has, if we look at it, examine it, the front. No, I want to look at the back, actually. Yeah. Cool. We can push on the book to open up some things. Now, we want to click on each of these a certain number of times. The top is 3 times. Middle is 3 times. And bottom is 2 times. This puzzle is one of the puzzles I had the most trouble with in the original game because it is really, really hard to actually tell how it's going. Like, it's hard to see correctly the puzzle. You're supposed to look into a bookshelf and see where the indents are to figure out how things are arranged. But it's really hard to actually tell. Oh, and here's our buddy. Hey, you, be quiet. Remember, you're in a library. You're too loud. I should go. What do we do about that? Good, you're finally quiet. Sometimes only in heart. Best gag of the game. Absolutely love that gag. Alright, I can turn the sound back on now. I suppose in a speedrun it might actually be faster to never have the sound on because of that, but it's just a great gag. Alright. Next, yeah, let's just start going up and hope it's this way. It's either up through this route or it's up through the other route. If it's this route, we're lucky. Hopefully. There's another door. Come on, come on. And yay! Alright. Put that into the wall. It's gonna fit perfectly because I put in the right code. And that will open a door. And now lastly, there's gonna be another puzzle up here I gotta do. Yeah, it's funny that I've recently been obsessed with 2 separate games that both did this exact same thing. Whoa. I do recommend if you play this game by yourself, you actually try and fight some of the enemies. It's quite fun. Like, playing the game as if it's more of an RPG and like going through and trying to grind against all the enemies makes the game very fun. I'm just going through it speedrun style. Alright, next up. Blue, yellow, purple, green, red. You're supposed to figure that out by looking at his crown. There's a specific way to do it, but we don't need to do that because it's slow. And that takes us to the very end. What is that? You can tell I have ADHD because even though I knew it wasn't relevant for the speedrun, I still saw something glowing and went, shiny? Shiny? There's a shiny? Okay, now. Break the glass. When we break the glass, it will summon some guys. Because we've made a big mess in the library, and they're very mad at us. Fortunately, this does also let us get the book that we need. Cool. Now we have the info to beat the level. However, we need to deal with these guys first, and they are in the way. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get them to come upstairs, get them to go to the top, and then we're going to run past them. And their feet are going to get very hurt by all of the stuff. Oh no. Fortunately, I got out. Good luck. Nice try. Couldn't get me. Alright, and that's the second to last level complete. So now we just have the final boss. Okay. Boss is going to be a little bit difficult without the coal, but I'm pretty sure that I can do it. I guess I could just go get coal, but that would be a pretty long time waste. So let's see how fast I can go. Alright. So, for some upgrades. Bloody Perfect 2. Do I want Defender 1? Probably. I definitely need Coffee Addict. Coffee Addict is the single most important one. Getting all of that. Also, Double Vision will help a lot. Oh my gosh, my mouse is finally really giving out on me. Come on, Double Vision. Now, items. I want to grab... How much is the Eye of Horus? Imagine cost... Worth it. Get one of these. Okay. Don't really want a spider thing. Yeah. I'm actually... You know what else? I'm going to also research the plank. Because the plank is the easiest way to deal damage in the game. And having it is just going to help. Okay. Back to skills. I might want a second level of Lucky. Because that helps a lot. I could get a level of Defender, which would also help. Defender, Lucky. And I could get Dodge, or I could get Big Pockets. Big Pockets might be more useful in case I end up creating a lot of items on this level. Alright. Well, TV needs to be on Get as a free item. Random starting item. And let's go for it. Final level time. Actually, I think I need to talk to her first. Found the book. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say that I love her. Whoops. Oh well. Okay, here we go. The final boss of this game has a stupendous amount of health, so I'm going to need a lot of items to actually kill the final boss. I also have to do a number of fights beforehand, and I want to do those using as few items as possible. So, let's see. Need to check everywhere here that I can for items. I believe there might be something in the fridge. And the fridge. Then there's coffee, which I can drink. Let's start making things. One Eye of Horus Amulet. So one of the upgrades I just got was a thing. The reason my chainsaw now costs 7 is because now I have a thing where every time I make something, it costs double, but I'm getting twice as many. It costs 150%, but I get twice as many charges on it. For sheer damage, I want a pickaxe. What did I get as my item? Shield. Oh, that's great. I can use a shield. Yeah. Refill my focus completely. Thank you. Full recharge there. Next up, big old chainsaw. Followed by probably a double rusty axe. Rusty axe is pretty good. I need another pickaxe though. Pickaxe and then a plank probably. I have the big heal, so I'm good with that. Let's get plank. Yeah. And then nothing's worth 1 except for the screwdriver and the bone. I don't really want to use those. I'll save it because I'm gonna get some thermoses too. Cool. Okay. Nothing else I can use in here. Let's keep going. Out here we have a box that should have a thermos in it. Apparently it doesn't have a thermos in it. Trash can lid is a pretty bad item to get. But we should be okay. Did I get a single? Ooh, I don't have a slow weapon right now. I can get one off of the next thermos, but it's gonna be rough. Okay. Here's my brother. Remember that next time I get a thermos, I need to get my camera and also probably a wrench or a crowbar. Cool. Oh no! He's so scary! Wah! Thankfully, she's here. Okay. So, pull the levers. The levers move the spotlight. Once we get that to a door, we can go through it. And in here, we fight the 3 mini-bosses, which are the pillars. Let me grab this real quick. And you know what? I'm gonna consume it. So I really want to make sure that I have a delay here. Let's do crowbar versus crowbar's better. 2 crowbar charges, and then I'll get instant camera charges after this. Cool. Okay. Use item. Pickaxe. Followed by crowbar. For the delay. Ah, and it didn't use my crowbar. There's a lucky charge. Every lucky charge brings my, is just like great news, because it means it's even more likely that I'm going to win. I'm almost certainly going to win, like I don't have a lot to worry about at this point, but it just makes it like almost certain. Alright. Doing some more. And let's get... We get 1 camera, and then I'm going to get some pickaxe, because I just used all my pickaxes. Head out. No, she's hurt! No! Do you want to help use part of your own life energy? Yes, I would. Go fight her again. And we'll go through the second door. Well, this one will also have a thermos. I want to use as few resources as I can on the pillars because he has way more health than any of these, as you saw. So being able to save the actually important items for him is really important. Pickaxe. And we get a 3-charge, I believe 3-charge thermos from all of these, so it's pretty helpful. Okay, 1 more pickaxe will kill here. Got it. Dreams Pillars. Let me refill my items. Ooh, got lucky on the thermos. Every time, getting lucky on the thermos is the best possible thing that can happen, because it basically means you're completely fine there. It doesn't use any charges. Okay, pickaxe, pickaxe. I need another instant camera charge here. Yeah. Instant camera and then rusty axe is what I'll take here. And I'm also going to use an Eye of Horus. Wow, that is a massive heal. Excellent. No! Here you go. Have some of my health. Fight him. Pull the final level and go fight the final pillar. Now this one, he is going to show up for and bother me during. Oh, I don't want to use this actually. I haven't finished yet. So he's going to show up to this one and bother me during. Look at all that health. Oh. Okay. It's got to heal up, so I think I do actually want to. I want to start with the bleed. Guys. And then I'm gonna camera them both so he doesn't get a chance to hit me. I don't think I can kill it in 2 turns, but I'm gonna try. X. We'll see. Oh, he didn't even get camera. Ooh, and now he's... that's rough. Is he just defending himself, actually? Don't heal. Come on. Okay. Pickaxe for bleed, and then I'm going to... No, I'm going to crowbar, because crowbar will kill here. Didn't get any lucky charges here. That's annoying. Basically, anything kills here. I'll use the nail board. It's the cheapest item I have. Cool. All right. Here we go. So, consume. That's a bit of a problem. My mouse being broken is finding new and interesting ways to break the game. Okay, so what do I want here? I need a full pickaxe, because that's really good. I have a full chainsaw. I have one more thing to drink. I need as much damage as possible, because he has a lot of damage. Let's get lucky. 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 Oh, lucky! Let's go! Okay. One first aid, one Eye of Horus. Best heal I have, and I will use one now to heal myself almost all of the way. And maybe a hamburger, actually. One hamburger would get me the rest of the way, and that's so cheap. But let's do it. Then, what else do I have? I could get more crowbar, that's pretty good. Let's get nailed plank, just in case. Don't need any more shields. Yeah, I think at this point I just go for sheer DPS, which shovel is good for. Consume, get me all the way up. What else can I get DPS on? Crowbar and shovel are the best options here. Crowbar, and then with 4 left. Can't do shovel. I could do wrench. I could do 2 nail. Oh, I have a full nail plank actually. I could do bolt cutters. Do bolt cutters. Okay. Full on items. Let's go. That's everything I can do here. Oh no, she's hurt. Well, not a huge deal. Time to fight. Oh no, he turned Tutu into an evil monster. And he turned the ground into an evil monster too. Well, alright then. Okay, start with a chainsaw. Get everybody bleeding. Then we're going to camera. And then we're going to chainsaw some more. Camera. Because that'll delay everybody, and now we can start chainsawing again. The real question is, do I chainsaw on him, or do I chainsaw on the other guys? It doesn't make that much of a difference, actually. Let's try and kill one of them. Because this hits basically everyone anyways. Now for the triple attack, I think instead of doing anything, I'm just going to shield, because this will block a lot of damage. Ooh, I hate to heal. Please don't heal. Wow, a triple heal. A double heal. That's awful. Heal is the worst thing because our resources are so limited. It means that there's, like, it's very hard to deal with. I think we can kill this guy before he heals, although I think Thomas will resurrect him, which is annoying, but stopping the heal anyways is important. Okay. So, given that, we can now... Will a shovel do it? Yeah, shovel will kill here. Axe kills? Axe cleaves for 3. Yeah, axe cleaves kills as well. Cool. Then, I think an axe here would kill. It'll mean we take a little bit of damage, but that's fine. Oh wait, it didn't kill. Well, what does his attack do? Does it resurrect them? Yeah, heals other enemies. Okay, it doesn't say it resurrects them, so maybe it won't. Let's just axe them to kill everyone. Please don't resurrect. It did resurrect. Well, one axe should take care of it. One chainsaw should take care of that. Chainsaw plus an axe will take care of that, yeah. Go ahead and hit me. Only 5 damage, that's not that bad. Yes, this is the perfect time for him to guard because we're still gonna kill even through the guard. Shovel still kills even while he's guarding. Now it is annoying because like we can't deal much damage while he's guarding, but we can keep stacking bleed, so I'm just gonna keep hitting him with the planks while he's guarding. Actually, I should have used the screwdriver there, but it's cool. Okay, devastating. How much is the devastating? Heals 8 damage, heals 3. Okay. Let's Eye of Horus once to go back to nearly full. And then, do I hammer or do I crowbar? I think I crowbar here. I might have wanted the camera actually, but I might have just been killing him flat out. He's pretty much dead either way. Bolt Cutters is a ton of damage. Yeah, we got him. No problem. Camera to stop the heal, and that's game. It's not quite the end of the run, but that's it. Yeah. Cool. All right, time is coming up in just a second after I give him the item for the good ending. No, I don't want to leave. Interact. Use the Guardian's light. So we're going to use the light from the Guardian we got earlier to save him. Yay! Wow, we did it! Yay! It turns out that doing that gives you cool wings, which I'm very jealous of. Oh. Yeah, that was the run. I think that went really well. It's a bit behind. Definitely a lot of places I can save time on, and a lot of little things that I'm like, oh, I can do that better. But this route works really well. It shows off everything in the game. It's really fun, and it definitely has enough resources to get through every single section. I think that now that we have this, we can improve it. I already want to figure out how I can do certain things better, and I'm excited to keep going. But this works really well. Hope you enjoyed watching this. It's a really fun thing, and thank you so much for watching. And as soon as I hit goodbye and it changes the thing, that is time. Once it changes into that final clock is when we get the final time, because there's nothing you can change after that. Everything after that is cutscene. It's over. Right, 3:08's not bad. Yeah, I am 22 minutes behind the world record, which is honestly for a 3-hour speed run, that is something that I am a little bit out of practice on, because I've been running other games for a little bit, but worked on this, and I've been practicing a bit recently. That's really good. And definitely something, I'm pretty sure I can get it under 3 hours. I can definitely always keep it under 3:10, no problem. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so glad people watch this. Thank you, Scriptwelder, for making this game. I love this game. I love showing it off. It's so much fun. This run's really fun. The story run is really fun. We don't have to do any of the item grinding that I did. We don't have to do any of the grinding. The story run is basically just get the chainsaw, or get the shovel in the city, kill everything with the shovel, get the axe in the forest, kill everything with the axe, get the chainsaw, kill everything with the chainsaw, that's it. You don't even have to worry about items on that run. It's very fun. But I hope you enjoyed this run. I hope you enjoyed this game. Go check it out yourself. And go check out all the other games Scriptwelder has made. The Don't Escape series is really fun, the most recent one there. It's got a pretty big speedrunning community, and come check us out on Discord if you can. There's a small community. Kella made a bunch of spreadsheets for this game, and without that, I would not be able to play this, but it went pretty well. Yeah. Not actually a very hard game to speedrun in terms of a lot of just, like, learning, because the game is so item-based, but it's really fun to root. A lot of the game, because the maps are random and the items you get are random, I have to keep thinking on my feet the whole time, and I really enjoy that in a game. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, and that's it. Cool. Yay! I did it. Oh. Okay. Wow. Wow, I'm tired now. I finished my funny speed run. Now what? Thanks so much for watching me. Yay! 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 I did it! Yay! Wow! Yay! Oh, now what? Gosh, okay. Yeah. For how out of it I feel, that went very well. I'm gonna have to fix my mouse and a bunch of other things. I'm actually probably gonna go out and buy a new mouse today, which is annoying, but that did go very well. I kind of want to try and record a story mode speedrun as well this week. I'm thinking about it. I might try and do that tomorrow. We'll see. Overall, really fun. I fucking love this game. It's so good. Just a really good game. Yeah. And 308's, honestly, I'm very proud of that time. Very, very proud. Oh, alright. Wow. I'm probably just gonna end the stream there, though. That was a long speedrun. Let me go see who I can raid. We'll see. Wow. Oh, shit. Go watch, yeah, go watch the end of, well, go watch the end of Sonic Frontiers. Yeah, 22 minutes over from the world record, which, honestly, given that's really good. I'm very proud of that. I think that was a great run. I'm very happy. Well, that went fantastically. Definitely think I could improve it a lot. There's some areas where I think I'm faster, honestly. If I'm practiced and ready, I could definitely get below 245. No problem. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go raid Flannel Cat. I'm going to tune out now. So I got to go to the store later, and I got to see what else I'm doing today. I'll see y'all around. Bye! Go watch Flannel Cat do something fun. Everyone go say your favorite Sonic character in Flannel Cat's chat. For now, though, I'll see y'all around. Bye.